All right, welcome everybody to KnicksWatch. I'm Dexter Henry. My guy, Gregory Alcala. If you watch our show, a couple of our shows here on Backpack Broadcasting, if you watch the Ain't Hard to Tell podcast, Greg produces that for us. Also, the NBA Exchange, he does that as well. But we are here because this is something Greg talked to me about a while ago. He's like, man, we got to do a Knicks show. We got to talk about the Knicks. We are both lifelong Knicks fans of different ages, right? And if you haven't seen, Greg was on another show, The Sports Walk, talking about his fandom with the Knicks. Greg, how long you been a Knicks fan? You been a Knicks fan since when?
Let's say about 99, 2000.
So 99, 2000. So it's crazy because Greg came in during their last trip to the finals. And that was like Greg's pretty much last taste of happiness.
Oh, I had.
So yeah, I've been a Knicks fan since 1991. Um, Long suffering Knicks fan, saw two trips to the finals. Love the Knicks, love basketball. I don't think I'm as crazy as I used to be back in the day, but still just love the game, man. Just love the game, love basketball, love watching the Knicks. And this year it's sort of a rebirth, right, Greg? We've seen a rebirth with the Knicks. They last year 41 and 31, 72 game season, fourth seed in the Eastern Conference. Tom Thibodeau takes over. Garden is crazy. Now the Garden's crazier. First game, we got fans outside the season, double OT win. Everybody with the bing bong, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
The energy is back. The Knicks, it feels like the Knicks is back. It feels different, man.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely not what we're accustomed to from the last, I'd say, the better part of the last decade. Like, I mean, outside of like the mellow years, like it's been pretty bad. I mean, there's been some years where
It
I've
has.
in December, maybe some years where I checked out a little bit earlier, but last year was the start of the new Knicks. You know what I mean? Of a new regime. You finally have a coach that preaches defense. Outside of what we've been seeing the last couple of years, and you got guys. They've brought in guys that actually play hard, and they brought in guys that bought into like the system. So yeah, now
Yeah.
we're a little bit more, I'd say, watchable. Like the Knicks are actually watchable now, and coming off of last season, now you have a team that actually has some expectations. Like, you know what I mean? The Knicks are expected to win and maybe at least compete in the East and maybe get to the second round of the playoffs. So
Yeah. I think so, man. And then we get to tonight. Tonight's games, and the Knicks are off 5-2 start.
right,
They will be going against the Indiana Pacers on the road. They are coming off of a loss at home to Toronto.
yeah,
I know how you felt, Greg, because you were texting me, we were talking about this.
yeah,
That was a disappointing one, right? 3 in a row. It looked like they could build some momentum. I know a lot of Knicks fans are looking ahead to Milwaukee
right,
on Friday night. Do
yeah,
you look at this game here against the Pacers as another trap game? Because
yeah.
I can see it. This is one you don't want to get too comfortable about, you know?
Yeah, so I'm the type of Knicks fan that never looks ahead. It's about the present. Like
That's
whoever we're
good.
playing, like let's take care of business. Let's get the job done. I look at each game. I don't look ahead. I don't care who we're playing in 3 games or 5 or like who's the next team or who are we playing right now. So
Right.
yeah, like that game against Toronto was definitely that was frustrating. Like that's the game that the Knicks should have won for sure. They built the lead. They started out hot. Julius Randle had a great first half. I think he had like 18 points in the first quarter. So the all signs pointed to this. This should be a Knicks win. And what did they do? They pretty much crapped the bed. Second quarter, all hell went loose, and Julius the leader had a bunch of turnovers that kind of swayed the momentum to the Raptors side, and once they got the lead in the third, I think they finally took the lead. They never looked back. So yeah, I think until we see the Knicks take care of the issue that we're seeing right now, which is putting teams to bed, putting teams away once they have a lead. This is something that we're probably going to be looking for in each game. Like, can they pad their lead once they get one and close teams out? So I think this is going to be another game where they're going to be put to the test. Like in the end, like this is a game where both teams need to win. Like Indiana's 2-6, Knicks are 5-2. Knicks are coming off of like a really bad loss at home, so both teams are going to be charged up for this one. So
Nah, they're definitely going to. And then Indiana, they're looking to try to turn things around. They had a 1-6 start, now 2-6.
Right.
Knicks need to bounce back. I hate losing games like you saw at home.
Yeah.
Toronto's a very good team. We're not, no disrespect to them. They're a very good defensive team, I should
Yeah.
say. They've been really scrappy this year. In terms of offense, they haven't been that great, but we're moments away from this opening tip. We're going to take you. We thank everybody for watching us, joining us on this alternate broadcast right now. We hope to do more of these through Backpack. Greg and I have been talking about doing some stuff like this, as I said from the top. And, as bigger matchups come along, especially like rivalry matchup, Knicks fans, you know who the big matchups are. You know the teams, if you're a Knicks fan for a long time, that you just hated growing up like myself. Hated. Games against the Bulls, man, woo, I get hyped for that. Games against the Bulls, Pacers, Heat,
See,
big
that's
matchups. See, yeah, Greg, I know you, Greg, you're sitting here like, yo, what is that, yo? I don't even felt no rivalries.
you know why? Because the only team I hate are the Celtics. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, all the teams you listed are like they're Knicks rivalries because of the history,
Right.
right? So I understand that, but the only team I hate are the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only
But
team I.
I get that for somebody of your
Yeah,
Nick fandom time and age because a lot of those years sucked. They didn't have anybody to hate. I think the thing with the Knicks and the Celtics is they just, I guess now we're kind of in that time, and we'll see how good the Celtics are. They just haven't really, really been good at the same time.
yeah,
I think that's the thing. One team's always been pretty superior, but
right,
I'm excited. But I think this is. I don't like saying there's huge games this early in the season.
right,
This is our eighth game, but I think one thing we can say about this team from last year, Greg, is they showed a great ability to bounce back.
right,
Um, we've seen that great ability for them to bounce back. And this is another time I think this is going to be tested. Can
right.
they bounce back here against the Pacers? Can they show resolve? But one thing I wanted to say that I agreed with you on 155%
Yeah,
is the closing out of games aspect, right? Like that's the thing. There's a lot of things I can say I like about this team thus far through 7 games. They're
yeah,
moving the ball well. They're shooting more threes. They're playing with decent pace. They're not like a high pace team in the league, but I
yeah,
think they found their pace that works for them.
right,
You're seeing pretty good effort on the defensive end. The Knicks don't appear, it's very small sample size, to be
yeah,
as good defensively as they were a year ago, but you still see the effort. And I think that matters for guys like Kemba and Fournier, who are not known to be good defenders. The thing for me is what Greg said, is the closing out the end of the games. Too much iso ball. Let's just dump it to Julius and stand around and watch him go. It's like, nah, we got to keep moving the ball. Do what got you the lead. And
yeah,
look, Knicks fans who are watching, I am positive, I am sure, I don't doubt it at all whatsoever that Tom Thibodeau is preaching this message.
right,
I think what Greg you said about sticking in the present is that, you kind of got to understand that this is a process through the season. You got to see how things are going and see what's going on. We got the starting lineups. Just want to tell for everybody. RJ and Randall at the forwards, Mitchell Robinson at center, Fournier and Walker at the guards, regular. Karis LeVert's back, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner at center for the Pacers, and Chris Duarte, who's been really good for the Pacers, and Malcolm Brogdon in that backcourt. So, the Pacers, they're going to be tough. What do you thought about Chris Duarte so far? I know you liked him coming into the draft. He's shown no fear, man.
I remember sending you like clips of this kid like a while ago, and I was like, yeah, this like he looks seasoned, he looks polished for like college player. And then you find out that he's either a 3 year or 4 year guy, I think something like that. So
4-year guy.
yeah, I saw his game, and then I think I kind of soured on him because he's a little bit older than like all the other prospects. But um, yeah, I mean he was probably one of the few prospects in that draft that he was like a plug and play guy. You know, you throw him in there, he's ready to go from the get go. And he's
Yeah.
showing it. I mean, he's in the starting five right now. I mean, Brogdon. So Brogdon is playing.
Yeah, he's playing, and the Knicks not off to a good start. I mean, I realized my feed was a little bit behind. The Knicks
Wow.
down 11-0 to start this game.
Yeah.
Bunch of 3-pointers they've given up. They're down 11-0. I saw because my stats on the feed was ahead of where I was, but now I've seen they've given up a bunch. 11. We apologize for that, but 11-0 to start this game, including
Yeah.
some good defensive plays by Karis LeVert already. So not a good start for the Knicks. I will say this: I do like the Pacers City Edition uniforms that they're rocking tonight. That looks clean.
Yeah.
So not a good start for the Knicks tonight on the road
Right.
against the Pacers.
And then this is funny because last season this was the theme of the team, like getting off to slow starts, right? So Now this is like, you're seeing a game where they're actually getting off to a slow start, even with all the talent they have. So I'm not worried though. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
Still
They got
early,
they,
down 10. They just need someone to stop the bleeding.
they got to stop the bleeding. Look, they're not out of it. Knicks fans are probably rolling their eyes. Here they go again. Blah blah blah. But I do think you got to give them some time. Not a good start, like I said, giving up a bunch of open threes, which the Knicks have defended pretty well over
Right.
the past 2 seasons. But you can't get too crazy about things there. So we'll see how they bounce back. It's all about resiliency right now, and we'll see how the Knicks bounce back. So we'll see.
How much do you think the Knicks lost defensively when they let go of Bullock? How much do you think they lost?
I mean, Bullock is a tremendous on the ball defender, but I think what they gained in getting somebody like Fournier who gives them offensive versatility,
Yeah.
somebody who can make plays. I think it was needed because we saw how that was exposed. I know you and I have talked about this in the series against Atlanta. You could hide and put somebody who's not a good defensive player like Trae Young on Bullock because there was no threat that he would do anything once he got the basketball. I mean, in terms of actually creating and making a shot. So for me, like, yo, I like the upgrade. I think they lost something. But here's the thing. You might have lost something in Bullock, but you
Yeah.
know who's become a really good on the ball defender? RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's looking fantastic on defense right now. So he's improved and it seems like he's taking the next step in his game defensively. So
Yeah.
that's huge because a lot of nights he's going to guard the other team's best perimeter player. And he seems like he's been up to the challenge early on the season. I know you liked how he's played on that end for sure.
Yeah, and the good thing is like he actually acknowledged that, I gotta get it cooking on the other end too. Like I'm playing well defensively, but he said I always get off to like a slow start when it comes to his offensive game. And then
Yeah.
that explosion for 35 points. Who did they play? You get the 35 points against?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. So he had that explosion. We had 35 points. So now you kind of saw a game where he kind of put it all together. So that
Yeah.
that was something that I know a lot of Knicks fans were looking for when it came to RJ because we all care about him because he's like your third overall pick, one of the highest draft picks in a while. So we want to see him continue to develop. But I think for a lot of Knicks fans, just gotta understand that he is only 21 years old. Like you put a lot
Yeah.
of kids. So uh,
Yep.
he's making strides though. I mean, I'm happy with his development. So
Yeah. All right. Knicks back. They got a 3-pointer, so 11-3. They're back with it, and we're seeing what the Knicks can do. Can they get some stops here
RJ
early
makes
on?
26-foot 3-point shot. RJ Barrett.
Yeah. RJ Barrett with a nice shot there. Pacers with the ball back attacking, and Brogdon, he's able to get into the paint easy for a finish and the bucket. So that's a guy you got to keep out the paint. He's been injured a little bit early on to start this season, but Brogdon is back, and that's a very he can be a very dangerous player for the Pacers against the Knicks. Got to stop him. Can't let him get in the paint like that if you're going to be successful.
Yeah, he's somebody to worry about on that team. Outside of Sabonis and Karis LeVert, like I thought I saw a page where it said that he was not playing today, so I thought the Knicks like had a little break.
A little advantage there. Yeah,
Yeah, but if he's playing, then we definitely gonna have our hands full, 100%.
definitely. We'll see how the Knicks do and handle that as well. Knicks not able to get anything. Pacers back on the offensive end. Brogdon again with the floater doesn't get that.
Right.
So Knicks see what they can do here. They're bringing the ball back up, but when you see starts like this, you want to see the team still move the ball. As Fournier knocks down another three, so 14-6. Knicks have cut the lead to 8. Look, the Knicks been shooting a lot of threes, man. They've been shooting it well. Like that's the thing. They're not that they're taking more. I think the one thing about this team I'll say is, and I was always concerned about this with a lot of teams in the league. Great block there by Mitchell Robinson. It's not just taking the threes, Greg.
Yeah.
It's taking the right
Right.
threes.
Yep.
And Tibbs has been promoting that a lot, and so they're taking good shots.
Yeah.
And I think there's good shooters on this team now, and I think that's why you're seeing the efficiency that you're seeing. Didn't like that three there by Fournier. If you're watching the game, contested three, that goes against what I was saying. But for the most part, they've been taking good threes. What you worry about is when they get down late, and then we saw a little bit of that against Toronto. Then they start forcing these threes, trying to take more threes. And that's the part you worry about a lot. That they'll do that. So hopefully they're able to stick to the to the game plan and not do too much, I should say. That would be nice.
Are you worried at all about Emmanuel Quickly's slow start?
Nah, but he hasn't looked good though. I had to be real. Like he hasn't looked good.
Yeah.
So
It looks like
threes. Previously, the
Cl-
air ball by Fournier.
Clyde said this a little bit on a broadcast a while ago. He's like, I think he's pressing.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of stock when someone like Clyde says that.
Yeah.
Who's played the game.
Right.
I take a lot of stock when somebody looks at somebody and says, "Yeah, I see them. I see them pressing right now."
Right.
So I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's focusing too much on repeating what he did last season. I wonder about that. Is he, is in his head about the success as the Knicks just giving up more points inside. Another one there to Sabonis. Sabonis hits the free throw now 17-6. I wonder just where he is in his head about that. Like I don't know. He's not taking bad shots. They're just not falling. So I don't want to be like, oh man, this guy's playing like trash. Like I don't see him forcing stuff.
Yeah.
It just wonder, you might be getting the quality shots, but are you overthinking it where you played more free and easy? We haven't seen a lot of success with the floater.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mitch has had 2 good blocks in this game that I love. Fournier looking for the 3. Could not get it. The Knicks down 17-8, 6:30 to go. I don't think he's been bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's been bad.
I know his defense has gotten a lot better. So I know I've noticed that. But I think the only reason why it looks alarming is because that's his role, is to come off the bench and give buckets. So if he's not doing that,
and it hurts when you're not getting that.
Yeah.
I wonder, like I said, I just wonder if it's pressing.
I think he's pressing. I would agree.
Trying to get what he's, what he did last year, like I said. But again, it's not like he's not taking quality shots. Like it's not like, it's not like he's not trying in his role. And sometimes it's going to happen with young players, second-year player, that is just not falling, and that's fine. But it's not, you got to stick with it and just put in the work. I think that's the key with him.
Yeah, I mean, and he's like a gym rat, so I know he's going to fix it. But yeah, I think he's present.
Right.
He understands what he did last season. He knows that there's pressure on his team to win now. So, I know it means a lot to him that he's a consistent contributor to the team, and maybe the fact that he's having some bad games to start the season, it might be in his head a little bit. So, you know what I mean? But I think he'll fix it. I think he'll be fine. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, Julius Randle starting to heat up back-to-back buckets here, 17-10. Look, the Knicks, they haven't shot the ball well in this contest.
Wow.
23%, 25% from downtown. This is one of the worst shooting quarters we might have seen early this season from the Knicks. And they're only down, 3 possessions, 7-point game.
Yeah.
So, they're right in this with a couple of stops. And they got to continue to move this ball. I like what they're seeing here. Kemba Walker with a nice lefty finish, 17-12. All right, so Knicks with back-to-back buckets, and that leads to a Pacers timeout. So Knicks doing some good stuff there, up to 29% shooting for the game. So got some good stuff going. It's not like the Pacers have done, amazing. At 46%, 50% from downtown, killed them with some threes early. Pacers have got to the line a bunch too on some and one plays.
Yeah.
But the Knicks are right there with their effort. So they just there's been some good stuff on the last couple of possessions with them moving the ball. They just got to stick with it.
Yeah. So, all right, let me ask you this. So there was some chatter this past offseason about the Knicks targeting Miles Turner. And, we're playing him against him right now. Do you see Miles Turner on the team? Is that somebody that you think the Knicks should add?
Nah.
No?
I mean, here's the thing. He could be – look, I could see what people could say. He looks like the kind of guy. He's a really good defensive player, rebounds well.
Right.
I think what that comes down to is okay, what are you thinking about in terms of committing long-term to Mitchell Robinson or no? If you can get Miles Turner for a couple of years, you'd have to probably give up a Mitchell Robinson. I like where Mitch has played early on in the season. I don't know how much you give him. I know there's got to be some concerns in terms of, what you're going to pay him, how much you want to commit. Can he stay healthy and be on the court? That's really the thing with Mitchell Robinson, right? Can he stay healthy and be on the court? Like, that's really the thing for him. I don't know. There's a lot of questions. I don't think there's any need to change things up right now with the Knicks. I think sometimes people like to tweak a little too much. I don't think we're there yet. I still think, we need to see how things are going. I'm a big believer in 2025, particularly 25 games into the season. Really see where your team is at, what you can do, what are your strengths, your weaknesses, who you've played, how you can adjust. I think the Knicks are fine at the center position.
Yeah.
And I actually like the tandem they have with Robinson and Noel.
Yeah.
Noel playing tonight. So we'll see some action from him shortly. I think that's huge, and it's a nice split. It'll just be interesting after the season to see what the Knicks do if they commit to Robinson. I think a lot has to do with how healthy he can stay. He has to show he can stay healthy on the court. He's already had some scares a couple times this season. Well, I know I texted you, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, are we going through this again?
Yeah. He's somebody you got to hold your breath for. Every time he falls, it's like, oh, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Because he's part of what the Knicks do. You know what I mean? Like, when he's not there, you fill that void. But I think last we kind of got away with it because Noel played really well. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and that's huge. I mean, the Knicks have depth, etc. Even Henry Sims, when he's come in and has to play minutes, has looked good. And I think he's an intriguing young prospect that has really good hands, rebounds the ball well, can also work as a rim runner. I don't think he's quite as talented defensively as Mitch, but the Knicks might. The thing what sucks is, like, I like Mitch, but I'm not a fan of, like, throwing a lot of money into just, like, rim running centers unless they're really elite defensively.
Yeah.
Or really good at the rim running, a la Clint Capella. But I feel like that's the kind of money that Mitch Robinson is going to be looking at as the Knicks give up a wide open three. Mitch was late on the rotation there, so 20-12. Torrey Craig hitting the three there. Yeah, so Knicks got to bounce back if the Pacers came out strong outside of the timeout. Trying to take advantage with Julius on mismatches. A good pass by Julius here to Kemba Walker. Just didn't hit the three, but that was a good pass out of the double team.
See Malcolm Brogdon on the other end makes a layup.
Yeah, man, got to keep him out the paint. That's so tough. The Knicks haven't done a good job. I love to see points in the paint stats right now for this game. I'll have to pull that up, but right now the Knicks are not controlling the paint. They're dominating the paint. Now, look, the Pacers are good at that with Brogdon and Turner.
Right. You got Sabonis to worry about down there too.
Yep.
But even when I think with the way that Mitch has played against some of the good centers that he's seen so far, this should be a good test for him. It's not something that he can't. It's not something that he can't show. I mean, the way he played Joel Embiid, I think that was like probably all the confidence he needed to like go forward in the season and match up with any of these like top centers in the league. So tonight is definitely a good matchup for him. With Sabonis.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it's definitely a good matchup for him. For sure. All right, we'll see. The Knicks got their work cut out for them right now, down 10. I think closing quarter strong is important.
Yep.
And I think they got to make a little push in this final 350 here in the quarters. You got to make your push here now. They got it down to 7, but they haven't been closer than that.
All right, Evan Fournier makes a shot here. Julius Randle this. Turner misses a shot. Randle back.
Yeah, that was a good score there by Fournier. So we'll see what they can do.
Down by. This is, I mean, even with the, I know they're down right now, but this is a good defensive first quarter.
Yeah, it has been. But, Rose got the foul call there, right?
Right.
Going to the line, Rose got the foul call on that attack. Shooting has been down in the league. We talked about the other day on the NBA Exchange about how shooting's been down in the league.
Across the league.
Across the league, yeah. Numbers have been down. I've liked the flow of the game better just because there's been less free throws. I've loved that.
Right.
And I think that's actually really good for the game. And I think most basketball fans I talk to have liked that. I haven't come across too many basketball fans that are like, no, like, I think it's been really good. I did agree with Gerard Hector was on the show the other day that they have been missing some calls at the rim. I do agree with him on that. But nah, man, I've loved the flow of everything that we've seen. If you're watching with us, we appreciate you. Let us know what you think about the Knicks in this Knicks game this season. Proud to give you and happy to give you guys a alternative broadcast to look at while you're, watching the Knicks game. We hope to do some more of these throughout the season.
Yeah, if you get
So-
tired of Clyde's rhyming raps, you can come here and watch the Knicks watch.
I don't know. I'm biased to that, man. I feel like I'm
Love
never
it.
tired. I'm never tired of Clyde,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Because he gives it real. He's gonna
One of my boys who's a Laker fan.
Yeah.
He thinks it's like so corny. But I just feel like maybe if you haven't, I could see it if you haven't grown up around it or
Yeah.
dealt with it. Yeah. Oh, Noel almost came in and made an immediate impact with a tip-in on a Rose miss, wasn't able to get it, and then got knocked to the ground. So he wasn't able to get it there. But you see, he's already active. Just having him back, another active rim running guy is huge.
Yep.
Knicks still down 8.
See Rose.
Looking to close this quarter strong. Quiet first quarter for R.J. Barrett, but he makes a good pass. Good ball movement here by the Knicks. As Burks, the threes in that. They're not hitting the threes tonight. And that's one thing you got to be concerned. They shoot a lot more of them. So when you're off, it's really tough. And then Noel gives up an easy bucket to Sabonis. So the Knicks seem to get it close, 6-7, and then the Pacers get a couple back, and they're right back, up to a 10-point lead. So that's deflating.
As long as they're in striking distance, we should be fine. I mean, I don't see the Pacers holding on to this lead for the entire game. So there's a lot.
Not a team that you really worry about them blowing you out. Like that's really not what you worry about them doing. They're not the kind of team that can blow you out in that way.
They're not loaded up with shooters. They just have really good, some really good players.
Yeah, they got some really good players. But it's fun. It's fun to be watching this Knicks game. Fun if the Knicks had the lead, but
Yeah,
it'd be a lot more fun. But right now they just don't seem to be hitting shots. Julius Randle misses another 3, 20% from downtown for the Knicks right now. And the Pacers, they're just running and popping up 13 again.
29-16.
Yeah, Torrey Craig, that's his second corner 3 from the left side.
Timeout.
That was a horrible turnover by D Rose. Yeah, they got to call a timeout here. Timeout. The Knicks. This is as bad a start energy-wise as we've seen from the Knicks all season. Down 15. Timeout. Good job, Tibbs, there. But this is as bad of a start, and the true measure is what's the body language like in the huddle? How inspired are guys to get back into this? So, yeah, this is as bad a start I've seen to a game from this team in a while, honestly.
This entire season, this is probably the worst I've gotten off to.
Yeah, and this people, Knicks fans, I don't think you could listen to this, but this is where you start to hear some of this. If the Knicks, don't play well this week, say, oh, was it a fluke of a start? Blah blah blah. Seasons are long; they're growing pains. You're gonna have some blips.
Yeah.
It's about how you learn and you bounce back. So the Pacers, I never thought were just gonna roll over. They're a well-coached team. I have a lot of respect for Rick Carlisle.
And they're home.
And they're home. He's going to have these guys playing better. I've been a little bit shocked at how they haven't looked great defensively, but you would think that would change at some point. So it wasn't like you were going to hold them down for long. I didn't see that happening. So yeah, man.
That's the funny thing about being a Knicks fan. Like any loss is pretty much like red alert. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it goes crazy. Like the fans are trade these guys. But I mean, you gotta understand. Like this is, I mean, everything needs context. Like Knicks added a couple of new pieces to the squad that some of these guys are gonna have to get used to. Like and Kemba Walker, like Randall, now being the guy is probably now he's playing with someone that's taking the ball out of his hands a little bit. So he's gotta shore up some of his decision making, because I know just based on that last loss, me personally, I thought he kind of threw that game. You know what I mean? Like his turnover in the second quarter pretty much led to that Toronto Raptors run, kind of swung the momentum, and they just never let up. Like it's just, you know what I mean? So he's gonna have to clean up his decision making and take care of the ball.
And I thought for most of the season he's been pretty good at recognizing certain stuff, especially with the double teams. But you're right, in that second quarter, it was not good at all. Right now, if you're the Knicks, you're looking, can we get a little bit? One of the strengths for the Knicks has been their bench. Can our bench beat their bench? And you get a nice response from Derrick Rose after timeout there. But can this bench unit get them? We haven't seen a good, Rose has been solid. You know what you're getting from Rose. But we haven't seen much else. That should not have been a foul there. I thought that was good hands there by Noel.
See, that's what makes the slow start from quickly even more alarming because
right.
he got off that bench. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
need
Obi shown 2 really good games, and that's all ball. That's not a foul. That was not a foul there on Noel. But you're right. You need quickly. We need quickly. We need somebody else to provide a spark. I haven't got that. Knicks not able to secure a rebound. Finally, are able to. Nope, they're not. That ball still stayed with Indiana. I always feel bad for someone like Noel's battling for the boards on there, but part of like battling and playing the game, you're coming back after injuries, getting your timing, your feel out there,
rhythm.
Boxing out against other bodies, what that feels like. It takes a little bit to feel that back in an NBA game.
Quickly on the fast break. It's double.
Not a bad year.
Yeah.
Takes the hand off. Only gets 4.
Oops, sorry. I got some
2nd and 5, so.
app on my phone that just opened up by accident. All right. Knicks down 11.
2030.
What'd you say?
Said 2031.
Yep.
Quickly got off the fast break, so maybe they get some confidence going for him.
On there, but they got to get stops. None of that matters if you can't get some stops too, as the Pacers come right back and score 20-33. Quickly, I talk about he's a guy who needs a good game. There's a guy that really needs a good game. We're not asking for a great game, just a solid game.
15 points.
3-4 threes from him. We signed for that. He just hasn't really had those games that we saw from Quickly last year.
Yeah.
At all yet. We haven't seen it. And the Knicks just Obi, good rebound here and good reverse finish and putback. Sorry, that was Rose on the putback with the rebound there. Thought it was Obi. But yeah, the Knicks. Duarte.
Yeah.
This kid's been good, man.
I'm telling you, this is
buzzer beater. He's been good.
I had a feeling that he's gonna blow up this game. I know he was somebody that the Knicks were looking at. They weren't able to get him. It's not like they passed on him, but I just had a feeling he was gonna show today. You know what I mean?
Man, that was actually good. I thought it was a pretty good close by Obi. He just beat it. So the Pacers, they shoot 45% in that first quarter. Knicks 35%. I think where the Knicks really hurt them 18% from downtown. That's been their calling card.
Yeah.
18%. Pacers out rebound the Knicks 16-13. So they got the advantage there on the glass. Knicks have had 4 blocks of the Pacers 1. Pacers also picking up 2 steals in this contest. Knicks haven't forced any steals in this contest, but yeah, only 2 turnovers forced by the Knicks. 2 turnovers made by the Knicks, 1 turnovers by the Pacers. So, this was a smoothly played first quarter for the most part. Knicks just, shooting was terrible from downtown. 18%. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah, if the Knicks can't hit 3-point shots in this game, they're not going to win. Like it's definitely like one of the bread and butters of their team. So yeah, they're gonna have to find a shot through this game. They have to work through it.
Yeah.
36-22 at the end of first, almost 40 points. That's not good.
Not good. Not the Knicks defense you've been used to seeing or you've been accustomed to have been seeing. It's not the kind of Knicks defense you've seen traditionally through. So that's just not what you want to see at all whatsoever. Not what you want to see. Look, there's time to get back into it, but not a good start for the Knicks. And, whenever you get behind like this, you're down 14 after 1. It's always an uphill climb. You got to bring the energy. But we know the NBA is a league of runs.
Right.
Anybody can make a run, but part of making runs is you got to get stops. And so if the Knicks are going to, you just chip away quarter by quarter. Right now, if you can get this to under 7 points by halftime, you're sitting in a couple possession game, you're sitting in great shape, and you can make your adjustments. That should be the Knicks for this. Can you chop this lead in half this quarter, win the quarter, and then take it from there? Just win the quarter, see if you can shave off 6 or 7 points, and you're in pretty good position. Just got to take it one step at a time. That's really all you can do at this point. Just take it one step at a time. So
just need some better offensive execution. And on Indiana's end, like it takes energy to keep these leads up. The Knicks are just a runaway, so
just to run away, but it can get late early if you fall into some bad habits. You don't start hitting some threes, and that's going to be the key as we start the second quarter. Can the Knicks actually hit some 3-point shots, which we did not see falling quickly? Quickly just not able to hit the runner. That's a shot he was hitting last year. So it's tough. The Knicks turning the ball over again. Sloppy start to the second quarter already. They got lucky there. Pacers missed a three. They'll come back on the other end.
Alex Burks with a three. So Knicks are down now, 36-25.
Yeah, we'll take that. Alec Burks with the three right there. That's a good start. That gets the percentages up.
Yep.
After shooting 18% through the first quarter,
Jesus.
that's what you like to see there. That's a lot better there. So we'll take that. Karis LeVert, him coming back, he gets a shot there. That's huge for the Pacers, man. Like
He's healthy?
they've missed. Yeah, he's healthy. You know, everything he went through last year with the scare, the cancerous scare. That's huge, man. Just to have him back. That's huge.
Yeah, he
Big
makes
time.
the game even more dangerous if he can, stay in the court and play a full season. So
Yeah. Absolutely. He makes him more dangerous. That's a player that the Pacers organization, they were really happy to
to get from the
acquire
Yep.
in that trade. So for the James Harden trade,
Yep.
they thought he could be huge for them. Another young piece, young good two-way player, showed a lot of flash 2 years ago with the Nets.
That was a steal.
Yep. Derrick Rose makes the three-point play, 38-28. So Knicks off to a little bit better of a start this quarter, winning the quarter thus far 6-2. There you go. You're seeing some of this effort here on defense. Wide open three in the corner. Oh man, Pace has been killing it with this corner three, man.
Contributions from players we don't even know who they are. So that's not a good sign either. Like the Knicks defense has to improve, man.
It's got to improve. It hasn't been really good on the perimeter right now. Somebody else got to provide a spark off this bench beside Rose. Got a little something there from Obi. Obi's looked really good when he catches the ball and makes a move, just adjusting and finishing this year. He's been really good at that, man. I've been really impressed with him, with his body control.
Huge strides. Like he's
Yeah.
he's finishing at the basket now. He's making plays for others. I saw in a couple games where he had some assists there off the dribble and things like that. Like he just looks like a completely different player. Like the confidence is there. Seeing why he got picked 8th overall now.
Yeah, last year he looked lost, especially on defense. Like that's the thing. He doesn't look that way this year, but last year on defense, man, he looked lost.
Yeah.
And this year he just looks more confident and more under control, especially when he gets in the open court. I know that's what all the Knicks fans, you like seeing him in the open court, the high flying, but he looks way more under control, and that's huge. Good stop by the Knicks there on the defensive end there. Got to turn these into points, though. That's the key. Got to turn these here into points. And we'll see what they can do here. Good pass from Noel to Obi.
There you go.
Obi might be the guy providing the bench spark for the Knicks. Knicks down 9:33 to go in the second quarter. Timeout Pacers. Like what you've been seeing for the Knicks with a little work on the interior there. All right, 3 balls now falling. Guys are moving well without the ball. Good play, good ESP, as Clyde would say, from Noel to Obi. So Obi providing a little bit of spark. Rose needed some help, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
Rose needed some help, so just somebody else providing the spark is huge there. It's just huge.
He's probably been our most consistent player off the bench to start this season, I would think.
Rose? You be talking about Rose?
Nah, Obi.
I think Rose has been. I think he's been. I like a little bit more. I think I'd like to see a little bit more from him.
I want to see a little more offense from him.
Yeah, I like to see that. I think that for him it's about consistency. I don't know I know I like the Randall and Obi lineups that we saw a lot in the preseason.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Tibbs use that more. I think that adds to some offensive versatility. I know you lose a bit defensively, but that's something I'd like to see the Knicks do more. Like, depending against lineups, even a lineup tonight, like where you got Sabonis and Turner, it's like, all right, Obi's a guy who can make, if Turner's going to be on him or Sabonis, they have to account for him cutting and moving without the ball. So make him work,
So Knicks are down by 9. What do you think? What do you think you need to see to end this second quarter for the Knicks so they close the gap?
defensive intensity, taking the right shots, taking quality shots. You know, you don't have to settle for the three. I know you've been shooting more threes. I understand all that, but
Yeah.
you don't have to settle for it. I think in the last couple of possessions, or most, 1-3, Burks hit a three to start this quarter, but you saw the and one from Derrick Rose. You saw Obi on the pick and roll with Derrick Rose. Nice finish there. You also saw double team comes, Burks breaks the trap, gets it to Noel, lob to Obi. Those are the kind of things. Those are quality shots, high percentage shots. I think as you start to hit those, that opens up the three-point possibilities even more because they're going to have to respect the guys inside. So that's kind of what I want to see is just the discipline to move the ball, take the right shot, don't have to settle, and take the three all the time. I love that they're taking more threes. I like the pace they're playing with. So far, you're leading this quarter 10-5. You're winning this quarter. You just got to keep that focus and get some stops. That's it. Get stops, secure those rebounds, and I think that's going to be huge towards it.
We're back up by 11. Caris LeVert hits a 2.
We'll see what they can do there.
Unit has
Yes, Caris with the J there. The backup 11. The Pacers have had some good plays out of the timeouts thus far in this contest. So
right.
they've had some good ones, but it's good to see it. And they're able to get the ball. Noel, they're able to get the ball inside to Noel again, and that's been some good stuff. They're able to dump it in him against the zone, and he's got the shot there or the pass from the take. So that's really good to see.
Knicks just got a good toner. Obi drives to the basket, finishes again. So
yeah, another there, and that's all was made possibly off the fast break. They were able to push the ball quick, and there's some good cutting action there. They're getting a lot with Noel setting some good screens that they're able to do, and Obi attacking against them, and another great finish with the right hand. Obi's just so much more confident.
Yeah, he's a different
finishing.
guy.
So much more confident finishing. And there you go. The Knicks have it right in this range. Yeah. While saying it'd be great if they could finish the quarter. They're down 7 right now, but they got to keep that going. Got to get these stops. That's what's got to happen. They're giving up another corner 3
from
again. Corner 3s have been killing the Knicks in this contest.
That's like recipe. That's like the recipe for losing a game like this. Like you can't let guys that we don't even know who their names are hurt us. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, can't let it happen. But it's been happening. Knicks looked a little bit out of control. Obi inside. Rose looking for the 3, does not get it at all. Almost comes up with an offensive rebound, but no. So Knicks are nothing here with the Knicks is not for lack of hustle or effort, but they got to do a better job closing out shooters here on this Pacers team. And the Pacers are just getting to the line more than them right now. Is LeVert with another trip to the line. So they've just been doing a job on that again whatsoever.
Yeah, leads back up by 10. Here's a stat that you probably won't like. Every starter on the Knicks is in the negative right now. Every starter.
Yeah,
every starter's in the
because they haven't had a lead in this game at all.
Yeah. Whereas the bench, you got Quickly at +5, Toppins at +5.
Because they've had a good second quarter.
Yeah. So the Knicks bench is definitely providing a spark in the second quarter, but they just need to close the deficit. Still down. Now they're down by like 13.
Yeah.
9-36.
We'll see. You see that info I sent you, bro?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah, now they're down 13 again. So you see that just as quickly as they cut that to 7 and you're feeling good. Now right back up to 13. This is why coming back sometimes in the NBA when you make a run, it's so hard. But there's Emmanuel Quickly. Looked like he had a good floater there. Just can't get it to go. The touch, I don't know what it is with Quickly right now. The touch is just off. He's getting good shots. He's getting to his spots, but he just can't get it to go. Oh, nice step back there by LeVert. But he's not able to do it. One thing I will say about Quickly is he's still giving a good effort. He's going in there for rebounds. He's playing hard on defense. And that's why he's still getting minutes. He's not letting the poor shooting affect him in that way. Oh, Randall tried to yam it down and missed it. I thought he almost did get it. Oh, nice block and recovery there by Derrick Rose. Knicks going back the other way. Randall ain't happy about that, taking it all the way to the bucket. Can't finish, but Rose is there Offensive foul on Randall. What?
Oh man.
I know Randall wanted to still attack. He tried to yam it on Turner before. And Turner, I want to see that again if he did get the block. Getting a second look at this. Is Randall going up? Oh, no, Turner got the bottom of that ball. That was a good block. And it rolls back the other way with a nice block. So, man, the Knicks struggles continue. No easy buckets. No yamming it on anybody. No bing-bong action tonight.
It's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game to win. Yeah, in the end, it's 2-6. They're starting for a win just like us. So nothing's going to come easy.
Nothing's going to be easy, but this is a 6:18 to go in the second quarter. This is a dangerous moment. You can't let it get up too far and give them too much confidence. As the Knicks give up an offensive rebound, they don't complete the defensive job, and the Pacers moving the ball really well. Avert three, no. Knicks get the rebound. This is a really important stretch. You cannot let this lead build more than here. And it's RJ who's been quiet, misses a layup.
Randall's
not able to get it. The Knicks just out of sync and everything on offense. And the thing is, the Pacers haven't shot the ball really well in the last 3 possessions. The Knicks have gotten stops. But right now, and I'm watching Fournier right here. You don't want to get too much into the hero ball. Got to move this ball. Got to go with what's been working for the Knicks offense. Not a good shot. Well, he's fouled. Fournier fouled on the 3-point attempt by Duarte. So, look, you'll take points wherever you can get it when the clock stops. You'll take it.
We need that. Still only down 13. They're in striking distance.
Getting late early, though. Getting late early. So, Fournier looking for some points here to cut into the Knicks lead. 5:22 to go in the second quarter. It looks like the officials are having a discussion. I don't know if there was a coach's challenge on this. I might have missed that. But looking to see what's going on. Oh, I forgot Lloyd Pierce is now an assistant coach with the Indiana Pacers.
Oh, really?
Rick Carlisle. Yeah, I forgot about that. I do remember him being hired to the staff in the summer. But Fournier will get 3 shots. He hits the first, 37-49 is the lead. Second one also good. So Knicks taking care of business as they should at the line. Still dreadful shooting from downtown, 23% in this game, Greg.
Yeah, that's
it, because that's become part of their bread and butter, and they've shot well. But you knew. Look, here's the thing, fans. There's going to be bad shooting games.
Yeah.
What good teams figure out how to do is win games even when the shot's not falling. Just figure a way, as we're talking about, to stick in this game and give yourself a chance.
Right.
In the fourth quarter. That's all you can ask on the road. Give yourself a chance. But right now, the Pacers, they're cooking from the mid-range. Torrey Craig giving them buckets.
You're getting hurt by Torrey Craig.
I know. Those are words you should never say. You get hurt by Torrey Craig. No shade to Torrey Craig. It's just he's Torrey Craig.
Yeah, no.
All right, Randall going to work. They're coming with the double. Oh, and Fournier gets stripped by Torrey Craig.
Nice killing this. Player of the game.
Torrey Craig. Come on, y'all.
That's why he's there. You know what I mean? It's that defensive pressure he's gonna be able to put forth. So
Kemba, chance for big 3. Nope.
Yeah.
Another 3 missed. So Knicks
they just don't look downtown this game.
Time is now. You got to make these pushes at the end of the quarter and make the Pacers work. Brogdon to the hole again to Sabonis. You know what that is, buckets. Knicks down 14, 53-49. Looks like Tom Thibodeau is going to call a timeout. No, Knicks are going to play through this. Thought Kemba was going to have a timeout call there, but no. Randall settles for a jumper. That's no good. And a foul on Robinson, a dumb foul that is. As he swiped going for the rebound there. So Knicks just looking all out of sorts right now. Not getting offensive rebounds, not hitting the shots. You know what? Like, just looking at tonight, the bench has played better.
A lot
Like,
better.
they played a lot better. I mean, they won those minutes. The Indiana starters have clearly outplayed the Knicks.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even been close. The plus-minus numbers reflect that. They've badly outplayed the Knicks. So,
You know what it is?
no bueno from the Knicks here.
Randall only has 4 points right now. He's the star of the team. You know what I mean? We're going to need more from him if we're going to win this game.
There we go. Turnover by the Knicks out to Barrett for a nice slam. That cuts it down to 12. So defense turned into offense for the Knicks there. So Allen Houston in the crowd clapping it up, telling them to get the guys going. We'll see Brogdon to the paint again. Almost an and one. Like, they can't keep him out the paint. They have killed the Knicks in the paint in this game. That's a huge part of the reason they're up 14. They've killed in the paint. They've got the easy shots, and the Knicks have shot terribly from downtown. You got to look no further than that because the Knicks haven't turned the ball over. They haven't got to the line particularly a bunch, but poor shooting, particularly from downtown and giving up easy points in the paint. That's the game right there. Barrett for three. He got it. Man, RJ's shot's looking good, man. He's looking good.
You know what it is? He's at the point where it's like every time he shoots it, you expect it to go in now. It's not like his rookie year or the year after. Like, you expect RJ to hit those shots now.
Yeah, and I think he can be consistently around like a 38% three-point shooter.
Right.
He's seen it, he killed a lot last year from the corners, but now you're seeing it from the elbows, three-point shots. And Knicks, get a good stop there. They're down 11 with 2:55 to go, so we'll see what they can do. But yeah, I think RJ's progression has been good, man. It's something I've really enjoyed. Something I've really enjoyed there.
Yeah, because he's the key. He's the key to the Knicks taking another step this year, whether it's, pretty much going deep in the playoffs or second round. You know what I mean? He's the key. He's the guy that, we need him to emerge as that second star. And that's what he's expected to be. So he's definitely showing the strides. He's playing a lot better this year.
Yeah, Knicks fans, how y'all let us know whether you watching Facebook, you're watching on YouTube. Let us know how you feel about this. Hit us up in the chat. Let us know what you think about this game. Are you happy with what the Knicks doing? Are you depressed? Do you need some Knicks therapy? I feel like we all needed Knicks therapy.
Oh, 100%.
All needed some Knicks therapy, but
we'll see. Definitely in a better place now than
definitely
the Jeff Hornacek years or
Phil Jackson up top years,
David Fizdale years, or
see, I believed in Fizz, man. I think they did Fizz dirty, but that's because of the man who's upstairs with the team. They did Fizz dirty.
Oh my God.
But yeah. We've seen some rough times, if that's the point. We've absolutely seen some rough times.
Yeah, I think what decade was worse? The 2000s or the 2010s?
Oh, definitely the 2000s.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because it's in 2010s, like at the beginning, beginning you had Melo and Amare and like the 2012, 2013 team, and even those years before 2011, like those were decent teams.
Right.
You had that. I know it gets bad again in the middle, but drafting Porzingis, and there was some excitement with that. Like, there was never these teams that were really that bad. Even the Knicks team 2 years ago where they had all the forwards and stuff, like you knew they were tearing down. So
forward six.
It's been accelerated with Julius's rise and development play, and Julius was a guy always like. So the 2000s are worse because if you just think about names of people that were on those Knicks teams, guys that you actually believed in at some point,
Lee
Nailon, Frank Williams, Michael Sweetney, like these were guys you were supposed to believe in. Knicks fans believe. Ronaldo Bachman, like, come on, man. Like, you were believing in these guys, hoping. Those teams, or at least Nate Robinson and David Lee at the end of that. The end of that decade wasn't bad because there was some hope there as they were tearing it down. But they didn't have, like, a player. You were like, when is this team going to get a player? Yeah. You would have died for, like, a Julius Randle at that point, and it was just like, there was nothing and nobody to believe in.
The only bad part about that whole 2000s era was that anytime the Knicks actually stumbled on somebody, they just weren't able to hold on to them. Like we had Wilson Chandler, we had
There was some good drafting. You're right about that.
you had David Lee, you had Chandler, you had what was that guy's name? Trevor Ariza. That was another good pick. They just kind of hold on to. And you see him blossom and get championships and things like that. Every time you had a guy, Danilo Gallinari, another one. Like every time you had a guy that you actually liked, who had some promise, you just couldn't hold on to him.
On the MSG broadcast, they're here showing memories of the Knicks Pacers rivalry over the years. They showed some good stuff. They didn't have to show that painful stuff like Reggie scoring 8 points in all them seconds, and
Of course,
Ewing missing the finger roll in '95. I didn't need to see that.
got to show that.
No, you don't. Nobody wants to see that. RJ picking up the foul there on a runner with a chance to cut the lead under 10. Look, at this point, the Knicks can just keep this in the single digits. I'll be happy. I'll sign for that.
See, Julius makes a strong. Oh man, they double team him.
Wow. There's some random. I saw some random Mets stuff in this. You remember that that whole thing with the Mets with the Jeff McNeil and Francisco Lindor and the raccoon thing?
Yeah.
So apparently Lindor and McNeil got into it, and Lindor grabbed McNeil by the neck. They're saying that's what came out now. It's interesting.
McNeil grabbed Lindor by the neck. Wow.
No, I think it was the other way around.
Oh, Lindor grabbed him by the neck.
Yes, that's how.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't fool me. When I saw that,
you knew something else happened. Something else went down.
They're gonna run to the They're gonna run through the dugout. Look, you know what I mean? Like that's not because you saw a squirrel. Like no.
And just a disappointing play there. The Knicks get a good stop. Good defense by R.J. Barrett. Malcolm Brogdon, one of the smallest guys on the floor. Well, he's not because Kemba Walker, but he gets the offensive rebound put back. So the Knicks, but they had a chance to cut it down under 8. It goes right back to 10. Julius goes up, no foul. Gets a rebound back up. Can't get it, but it's finally fouled. So Knicks showing a little bit more toughness here to close the quarter. We'll see what they're able to do. Sabonis doing a lot of bitching to the ref. We'll see what they're able to do. Look, I know it's a minute left, but the Knicks, I think just psychologically, I think whenever you're playing sports, when you can see something in striking distance, you can see it within single digits. To get under single digits here, they can really get it under 8. It just is good, but it doesn't help that Julius Randle misses the first free throw. So that doesn't help at all whatsoever. Knicks up to 41% shooting for the game, 27 from downtown, so a little bit better, 80% from the line. The Knicks that they've done all season, they've done a good job of taking care of the ball. Only 5 turnovers. They haven't forced a lot from the Pacers. The Pacers only have 4 turnovers themselves. Randall's second one is good. So 57-48. Knicks giving up 57 points already in this first half. Not something you like to see.
I know they're definitely going to hear from Tibbs in the locker room, for sure.
And Knicks get a stop here. See if they can cut it under 9. RJ down. Good pass to Fournier. Doesn't get it. And is Kemba inside off the glass? Where's the foul? The Knicks have had some beef on a couple of these.
All tonight, right?
Play not getting the call when driving. Kemba was definitely bumped and hit. No call there. So now the Knicks down 11. And this is a pretty important possession in my eyes here to try to get it under 10. Randall to the cup, jams it. Should have been an and one, but no and one. I don't know where the foul was. Yeah, the Knicks are really looking like Randall and some of these guys like, yo, where's the foul?
Yeah, I don't understand, man.
They're standing. Some of the stuff is, I get it. And this is what Gerard and I were talking about the other day in the NBA Exchange, is that some of the stuff at the rim's not being called when there actually is contact on guys going up to the shot and people aren't hunting for fouls. I think it's good. I'm trying to give the refs the benefit of the doubt. I think they can learn this. Knicks get the ball with 12 seconds left. RJ bringing it up. Chance, RJ attacking the rim, which I like. Ball's knocked out. Should still be Knick ball. I like the attack there by RJ. RJ's been really good in the open court. I'm watching this play again. Randall's absolutely hit on the arm by Duarte, and he dunks the ball, and there's no foul called.
They're missing
This
a
is-
lot this year too. I think you're definitely going to see some players speak out because as far as the entertainment part of it getting better, you get better game flow. It's a cleaner game. It's not a lot of whistles. And we always say like we don't want the refs like you're not the star of the game. Well,
Right.
we always say that, but it's like you still gotta do your job. Like this is not just an invitation to just let everything go. Still got
Right.
something to make.
Knicks looking. Fournier gets a 3 off. That's no good. 59-50. That'll be the score at the half
I'll take it.
for the Knicks. The Knicks, you can say they're fortunate to be down 9 points. You could definitely say that they're fortunate to be down 9 points here.
Yeah, because this could have been a lot worse. I could have definitely seen the Knicks down by 15 going into the third quarter.
Yeah, and this, but what do you think Tom Thibodeau's got to tell the guys going into the halftime right now, trying to come out of it? What's his message?
Rebound.
He's yelling. That's for sure. I know he's yelling.
Where's the energy from the starters? That's number one. Rebound and stop giving up. You can't once the non-stars of Indiana are hurting you, you're in trouble. So like I think all around the defensive intensity just has to get a little bit better.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. Hasn't been good at all in this first half. Some other good stuff going on around the league. Cleveland's up on Portland by 7 at the half.
Yeah.
Boston down 2. They got a lot of issues with Orlando. They're down to Orlando by 2 at the half of the game. I think they need to win. Chicago down by 14 at Philadelphia.
Wow.
Yeah, Toronto up 11 on Washington at the half. And the Nets,
what, like 5-1 or something like that?
yeah, they're 5-1. Toronto, who's showing a lot of mettle defensively, they're getting it done. Brooklyn down 24-22 in the first quarter to Atlanta at home. Some of the later games some tipping off shortly. Denver, Memphis, Clippers at Minnesota, Dallas at San Antonio, Charlotte at Golden State. Should be a fun one to watch too. And New Orleans at Sacto. Those are your late games. So a lot of good stuff. Busy night of NBA action. Should be very interesting here.
Surprisingly, Michael Porter Jr. is off to a really bad start.
Yeah, I expected to see more out of him stepping up this year. I thought he would be better, but he just hasn't been shooting the ball really well, especially with Jamal Murray out. You thought he would be a little bit better
they lean
on this.
It's just the guy, but Michael Porter. I mean, he asked for this. Like, I remember what season was it? His last season or the year before? He was like, I need the ball. He's basically like paraphrasing, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want the ball. I want to make plays. And this is a great opportunity for him to be that second star and make some noise with Jamal Murray out. They were just not. I don't think he's eclipsed the 20-point mark so far this season.
Which is crazy. I thought he could definitely be a most improved player of the year candidate.
100%.
I really thought that could happen.
100%.
Yeah.
So hopefully he turns it around at some point. Oh, matter of fact, the Lakers played the Rockets yesterday. Did you see the highlights?
I did. I watched the end of the game, actually. I actually watched the end of the game. I was up doing some stuff, and I saw it. Jalen Green. Huh?
League Pass?
Yeah, on League Pass, yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Why wasn't that the second game of the doubleheader?
What was the second? The second game was New Orleans, right? New Orleans was on League Pass?
Pelicans and the Suns.
Yeah, but the problem is these are all determined before the season, so they've already made the schedule what the primetime games is, and they already informed the crews, and so that was made in mind that Zion would be there. What to your point? I this is what I feel like. I feel like at times we should be able to look ahead in the schedule,
right,
and say like even if it's, but it has to be fair to those markets and the planning. It has to be like 2 weeks out. The problem is there's a lot of production planning that goes into stuff, so I get it. But if maybe 2 weeks out, flex out some of those games.
Yeah.
Because the New Orleans right now, they're tough to watch. I don't want to watch them on League Pass.
And Brandon Ingram.
Tough. And Brandon Ingram's been out. Yeah. Who wants to watch that team?
No. But
that's a tough team to watch right now, man.
You got the second overall pick on Houston going up against the Lakers and LeBron James. That's a primetime game. Like that is the definition of, the second game of the doubleheader on national TV, a national broadcast. Like, that's
Yeah, I wish they could flex out, but
yeah,
I understand why it doesn't happen. If Zion takes who knows when he's coming back,
yeah,
New Orleans, who gets a good amount of games on national television right now because he's supposed to be a young star that people like, and he had a really good season last year when he was healthy. It's hard to watch New Orleans. I mean,
no, I
if
mean,
Zion ain't playing, it's hard to watch him.
we're basketball heads, so like we like Devontae Graham and Nikhil Alexander Walker, but that is not primetime basketball.
Nah, but
Especially if Ingram's not there. Like, at least you get to watch Ingram, but he's not playing right now. He's kind of nicked up, so there's really no reason for them to.
yeah, I didn't watch all of that Laker game, but I had turned it on in the fourth quarter, so I watched pretty much the fourth quarter on. I had it on while I was doing some work, and I was like, Jalen Green was looking good, man. He looked fearless. And the Lakers, with some defensive miscues, allowed that game to be a lot closer than it needed to be.
Right.
So
it was lost.
Yeah, it was a good game though. It was a fantastic game.
Yeah, man. Jalen Green looks really, really good. He's someone that I want. He's someone that I want to see. Get some national TV love, especially if it's a good matchup, like LA, or when he's going up against like one of the, like one of the older stars, or against like other young stars, young talent, like Memphis.
It's going. It's.
I
I'd be shocked. I don't think the Rockets have a national TV game.
Yeah.
You might get them on some NBA TV stuff later in the season, but
yeah,
they're just a team that they don't have enough. But I think next year that could change if he's dynamic enough, because the Rockets are pretty much going to be bad. And yeah, I think you'll start to see him. If you don't got league pass, it's going to be tough for you to see him. But if you got league pass, this kid who I was super high on has got that motor. He can fly up and down the court. He's not afraid. He's got the shot. He's not afraid. There's something I liked about him with that. I like him a lot. I think he's a really good talent. So, I think you'll see more of him. But, like a lot of first-year players, unless you're some like generational, transformational pick, kind of like how Zion was, where he got some national TV games his first year, it's going to be hard.
And he's repping the Philippines. So that's even more of a reason why Jalen Green should get some national TV love, because now you got that market. You know what
I mean? I know Brian Fonseca didn't love this. I love these Sixers Spectrum jerseys. I love them, and I love what they did with their court, like the old Spectrum. I love it.
Love it. The jersey is it the jersey with the buildings on it? Like you see like
skyline? Nah, it's like they got the colors on the side. It's navy blue, but they got like the multicolors from like the old Spectrum.
Oh yeah.
Philadelphia on the side. I love it. I love what they did with that, and they got the court. They're rocking the City Edition court tonight. So I love it. Washington's also rocking their City Edition jerseys. Don't love those. Seems like everybody's doing these tonight. Well, no, I'm actually looking at some highlights. Cleveland's not rocking it tonight.
Ready to start.
I guess everybody's not doing it. But
the Knicks premiere theirs on November 23rd. I gotta see where they're playing, but
that's when they first do it.
Yeah.
I also want to see if the pictures of that Knicks City Edition court is true. Yeah, because that joint looks fire.
All black emblem, Knicks logo in the middle of the court, and I think the surrounding, like the out of bounds, is all black and orange.
I love it. I love it.
Really, really nice court for people that haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't know if that's been confirmed that it's legit, but like, I think it was time. The Knicks keep their traditional. The Knicks have, to me, the best court in the league. I think the Knicks and Lakers are the two best courts, but I think. And I always feel like they don't need to, but I do feel like the Knicks played around with something with black. It could be really dope. Yeah. I think it could look good the way just the staging and the light stuff is for the Garden. I think it could look really good. So we'll see what they do with that, but I like that. Woo! Yeah, I was watching this game too last night. Giannis was baptizing folks on Detroit, man. He's killing people.
Yeah, that game was over before it started. Like,
the game was over. Cade's second game, and he got getting baptized by Giannis. Woo!
That's the welcome to the league moment. He is here now. Like, you're in it now.
Yeah.
All right, here's the Knicks progress report.
Progress report. You got progress.
For halftime, Randall 7 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists.
Not shooting the ball. Was not shooting the ball well either.
Nah. 3 of 9 from the field, and 0 for 2 from 3. And Randall's, he's someone that pretty good 3-point shooter. He's developed into a pretty good 3-point shooter. I would expect for that to at least go up in the second half.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks already. So we like to see that. That's always good. Kemba Walker, 2 points. Definitely need him to step it up. 1 for 7 from the field. 0 for 3
Yeah.
from 3. And he's probably
Yeah.
been Nick's best 3-point shooter to start the season, actually,
He's
right?
been, and of recent, he's been really hot, but not today.
I think he was shooting like 58%.
Yeah, but
coming to this game or something like that. So
he's
definitely,
rushed. He's looked like he's rushed a bunch of his shots today.
yeah,
He really has.
definitely need him to step it up. Evan Fournier, 8 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 3 made out of 4 tries, but 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
He's also had some poor. He's had some poor shot selection tonight too. Haven't liked some of his shots. Thought they were rushed.
Yeah.
Forced some threes. Didn't like that.
I'd say so. If we're gonna round out the starting 5, RJ Barrett's probably the one player that looks balanced. 3 for 7.
Yeah.
Field goals, 2 for 4 from 3, 50%.
Yeah, and I thought he had some good moments in the second quarter, playing downhill, hit a 3. Like he looked
9
solid
points.
in the second quarter. Yeah, he looked on point in the second quarter. I thought he was good, and I feel like there has to be some more versatility of putting the ball in RJ's hands.
Yeah.
And sometimes we want to see him be a little bit more aggressive, like we saw against New Orleans.
I think that's something that we all want to see. We want to see RJ get some more playmaking opportunities, the same way that they trust Julius to give him the ball in the elbow and make something happen. We kind of want to see RJ kind of run some point forward there.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, and I feel like he showed against New Orleans what he could do.
Yeah.
So trust him with that, and even here, I know he got stripped on one possession late in the second quarter, but he was making a good aggressive move to try to get to the basket and finish on a fast break. I like that. He's handled the ball well. I say trust it.
Yeah. Yeah, let him grow. I mean, this is like, this is the only way he's going to get better if he's having these opportunities to make plays for himself and others, some 1v1 matchups. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going to take RJ to the next step. So,
Facts.
from the bench, we got Obi Toppin, 6 points, 3 for 3 from the field. Hasn't gotten to the line. I want to see Obi get to the line a little bit more. Hasn't gotten to the line, but he's a +5. 1 rebound.
He was one of the best players off the bench in the first half, along with Rose. I thought he had some good chemistry, playing off Noel. I thought the bench played really well, and I wouldn't shock me if you saw a little bit of an early insertion for some of the bench players to give a spark.
Yeah.
I thought that could be really good for the Knicks there.
Or something like that.
What'd you say?
Like they're in to start the third, like the bench.
No, I don't think he'll start the third with them, but I think if the starters aren't giving the right energy, somebody might get the quick hook. I'd like to shake it up sometimes. Try something different. Try some different lineups.
Like sometimes I want to see RJ run with the second unit. You know what I mean? Be that point forward and throw it to Obi and Rose. I kind of want to see that sometimes. So
yeah, because I think we even saw last year like RJ having some good ESP with Obi. We saw that from Quickly. I think that's been really good. We've seen that as well. So yeah, I think that's something we could definitely see in the second half. But look, if you're looking at this right now, the Knicks were down 14 at the half, Greg. First quarter, excuse me.
Yeah.
They're down 9 at halftime. So they shaved 5 points off. They won the second quarter 28-23. They held the Pacers to 23 points. If I'm Tibbs in this right now, I'm like, look, you know what you can do. You know you can get stops against this team.
Yeah.
You know you can. They're not going to put up the 36 they did in the first quarter. So you got them down to 23 points in the second quarter. You were efficient. You do that. Let's say they duplicate the second quarter again in the third.
Right.
All right. Well, now you're talking about being down 4, headed into the fourth with a shot to win. This is what you want on the road, giving yourself a shot to win in the fourth quarter. And that's when it comes down to simply you got to execute. This is what basketball is. It's about who executes. But right now, you won a quarter. You lost a quarter. Now you won a quarter.
Yeah.
Your goal is to win the next 2 quarters and win this game.
Yep. All right. So to round out the rest, you got So Obi was 6. We got Noel with 2 points. He's getting his feet under him. Rose has 9, 3 assists. I mean, we know what to expect from Rose. I'm not worried about him. Burks 3
solid off the bench.
3 points from Burks, and Emmanuel Quickly with 2 points. And the shocking thing here is no 3-point at all. That's kind of shocking.
Yeah, Quickly just I don't know, man. He's got to find it somehow, some way, but he's got to figure it out.
Yeah.
in terms of just the shots and the 3-point shot. He's got to figure it out. I don't know how when that's going to happen, but he's got to figure it out.
Yeah,
That's got to be the key. He's got to figure it out, man. It's really simple.
I don't want him to internalize the bad start and to the point where he's not even taking shots anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
Knicks
be aggressive. So
off to a good start here, getting the first points of the quarter, so they've cut it to 7. So you gotta like that. That's a good, pretty decent start, and they get a stop. I think it's important they come out strong here.
come out on a run.
Yeah, RJ, nice, easy, good shot there for Fournier. 5 points is the deficit now. So Knicks within 5. Haven't been this close, I think, since the first quarter.
That's what we want to see.
Good start here by the Knicks. Remember, this is also after a good start by the Pacers in the first quarter.
Yep.
Corner 3, Turner. Killing them. Turner can hit that shot from the outside. So Pacers right back up to 8. Knicks can't be deterred by that. They got to keep that same energy.
Yeah.
We got to see that same energy here. And I think it's important they get I think Walker, you talked about his struggles. Nice move and finish there by Randall. Walker's got to pick it up here in the second half. If they're going to be good, you need your starting point guard's got to give you a little bit more. Rose gave you some good stuff off the bench, but it's got to give you some more. So Knicks, the energy looks better. Careless dribbling there by RJ Barrett. Just absolutely careless dribbling. And TJ McConnell comes back after the steal and gets it. Just careless dribbling there. The Knicks, see, that's what hurts. You got to stop there, and you gave it right back. Another turnover by the Knicks. Now it looks like it'll be a foul there. I said TJ McConnell. That was Chris Duarte who got the steal and the turnover there. Yeah, man. The Knicks got to give more energy here. Come on, Knicks fans. Let us know what you think. I see some of y'all watching on Facebook, on YouTube. Let us know what you think about this Knicks start. You think they're going to come back in the second half and get this win? Let us know. Randall up and under. Can't get it to go. Damn. That was a tough one. They're attacking Sabonis. That's something you've seen early on in his third quarter. They're going right at Sabonis here with Randall. Basically daring them to double. Good trap there by the Knicks. But the Pacers identified the mismatch. RJ was on Turner. He sealed them off well under the basket. RJ had no choice but to foul him there.
Oh, that was a tough shot missed by Randall. See, there's a stat here where during that 3-game winning streak the Knicks had against Philly, Chicago, and New Orleans, Kemba scored 19 points and above. So I know when he has a good game, the Knicks are most likely, they have a good chance of winning. So he's got to get it going.
Yeah, well, Knicks just gave up 2 threes to Turner in this quarter. You got to watch from out there. Turner 17.6 of 8 from the field in this one. Knicks down 11 again. Walker, probably his easiest shot of the day. He gets that to go. So Knicks back into 9.
Nice. 58-67.
Knicks got to continue the defensive effort and get stops. That's going to be the key for them.
And shot.
Here.
Need the starters to come alive.
Oh, Sabonis tried to get a little funky with a yam on Randall. Nope. Didn't get that. So you've seen a couple players trying to yam it on each other. I like that. I like that action. I love it, man. I love it. You got to bring it. Ooh, RJ almost stripped, stayed with it, and finished with the left. Nice job by RJ. Staying under control to do that. See, you see how much stronger RJ's gotten to play like that, where he gets stripped, was able to stay with it and still hit the shot. Like, yeah, he's showing a lot of strength there. You like that. Brogdon getting to the painting. That's poor defense by Kemba Walker. Poor defense.
Yeah, that's one thing we don't even want to say his name, but that's one thing you lose, but not with Payton not being here.
Oh man, look at you! You missing Elfrid Payton? Come on, son.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm just saying that's that's the trade-off. Like, you know what I mean? You get your guy in Kemba, but you lose something on defense.
Walker misses a 3 there, heavily contested.
Oh, come on!
Knicks almost came up with a steal. Randall did there, but Knicks got to be careful here in this territory again. Another 3 from Turner. Nope, not this time.
But if if Robinson knows that he can make that shot, why is he still sagging?
I don't know. I think he was looking to help there. I don't know. I don't
That
know.
doesn't make sense.
I don't know what he's looking for there. So that's
Almost had
this
it from
is
backcourt by Randall, but he didn't get it.
yeah. The effort you see the effort here, but this is as we talked about, this is the problem with trying to come back.
Yeah.
There's
You see,
7:21 to go. Knicks down 9.
there's little room for error, but at least there's a lot of time left.
Yeah, except it can get late early, and
But they have to close this. They have to close this gap, get it to within 5, and go from there.
that's the goal. Get it to 5-4, make it a 2-possession game by the fourth quarter, and you're right there.
Here too. It's not like
What do you think about this play on RJ? Think this is a flagrant foul?
wow, that looked bad.
It looks bad. I see. This is my old school basketball sensibilities. I'm like, that's
How are you supposed to foul? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I mean, like,
Allow the shots go in.
I think it'll be a flagrant one because I think they'll look at it and say it doesn't look like he's going for the ball. It almost
Yeah.
looks like he's going right for the shoulder, and
See,
that's just how the game is called right now today. If you don't
well,
look like he's going for the ball,
to his shoulder pulling him back, but I don't. It doesn't look that bad. Like I think that's just. You know what I mean? It might get. Yeah, you're right. It'd probably be called a flagrant one, but that's how.
look, he's going up, one hand on the shoulder. The other, see, Brogdon does go for the ball there. He does make an attempt with the other arm. I just think it's the first hand gets on the shoulder, which I don't think was intentional. You even see Brogdon right after he's going to put his hand down to pick
Yeah.
him up. I don't think it was intentional, but I think the way the game is going to be called and always concerns about safety, I think they're going to go flagrant one here. I don't think this is a flagrant one, but I think they are going to go flagrant one here.
I think it only looks bad because Duarte got in the air, so it looks like it was like 2 people that collapsed on RJ. But yeah, I think it go flagrant one. It's definitely not a common foul. But we like to see the aggressiveness from RJ. We definitely like to see it.
Yeah, running the court well. He's done a good job when he's had the ball in his hands as well too. So yeah, I've definitely liked that from RJ as well. Officials still looking at it. We'll see what the call is here. As officials in Secaucus are looking at it.
Down by 9.
Common foul. Okay, so no flagrant on it. They called it a common foul. So that's fine. I'm fine with that because I didn't think it was malicious on the end of Brogdon. You could see in that his hand went there, but you could see he did swipe for the ball. He didn't get close, but you saw it. It just was a bad looking fall. So I actually think the officials got that right, to be honest.
I say if RJ was an elite athlete, then you probably get a flagrant foul out of it.
You think so?
Oh, 100%. Because it's not like RJ jumps out the gym. You know what I mean? Like he's a good athlete.
Right.
Like he's not Jalen Green or something. Like he's not Obi or so. That maybe you get a flagrant 1 or 2 out of that. But RJ leads the Knicks in scoring right now, 13 points.
13 points. He's had a solid game once again.
15 now with the free throws.
Yeah, so 62-69.
7-point game.
It's a bonus. That's an offensive foul. Easy call there.
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
I like seeing Kemba giving up his body.
That's one. Well, Kemba's always been good at that.
Yeah.
He's always been good at stepping and taking the charge. I mean, go back to his Charlotte days. He's always been good at that. He's a guy who's not scared, and I think that's something Knicks fans are going to love from him. You may lose some things with him on the perimeter, but he'll step in there and take a charge.
He's got intangibles. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Easy call there.
Kemba with it now. Stop, pop. No, he's just been off today. But Fournier gets the offensive rebound. Knicks doing a better job on the boards in this quarter.
Yeah.
Much better job on the boards in this quarter, and they've been very aggressive going on the offensive glass. Randall mismatch, fade away. That's good.
Getting it going.
Yeah. Okay, Randall's starting to get the feeling a little bit, taking advantage of the mismatch. Knicks within 5. What can they do now? Oh, could have been a turnover right there. They don't get it.
RJ's going to make something happen. He's matched up with Torrey Craig. Goes right by him with the lay.
Nice.
With the lay. See, that is the development that we're talking about right there. RJ signing up on 1v1s and having successful outcomes out of it. That's the next step. That's what we want to see from RJ.
Yep, I agree. That's the next step for him. Knicks, their closest the game has been since 3-0, since the first shot of the game. This is as close as they've been, 69 to 66.
Perfect.
And RJ off the bounce. Yeah, there you go. Y'all talking about Torrey Craig earlier? Nah, we got something for him. RJ looking good there. And see, that's you right about it, Greg. That's the confidence we want to see from RJ.
Yeah.
Sizing him up, just go in, no hesitation. His teammates have confidence in him to do this. So that's the kind of energy we want to see him continue to have as he grows with his game more and more through the season. Like, this is the kind of energy we definitely want to see.
Because I think maybe last year he probably just settles for a 3 or gives it up. But
Right.
he took the one-on-one matchup and he went with it and he came up successful. So yeah, man, RJ is showing that development almost every game now. Everything he's worked in the offseason, we're seeing it on the floor in real time. So I love it.
I love it. I love to see the growth, man. That's why you got to be patient there with Knicks fans who wrote him off after the first season. Fans who wrote Obi off after like 10 games last season.
Right.
Like, yo, sometimes we got to pump the brakes and let these guys develop. You got to give them
He
time.
had no summer league. You know what I mean? He didn't have a chance to like get those games under. And then you saw, in this past summer league, it was like him and Quickly pretty much like, leading scorer of the team and things like that. So everything takes time.
Yep. Everything takes time. People just sometimes don't have the patience.
So
Don't have the patience at
I think
all.
in this quarter in the lead, I think we're in good position to win. They're winning the quarter right now, 16 points to 10. So that's good. They cut the lead to within, they got into within 5. It's a 3-point lead by Indiana. So they're in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, and they got some confidence going. As I like to say, they're cooking with grease right now. They got the confidence going. You've been down by as much as 14. Now you got it to 3, but you got to keep that same energy, that same defensive energy. Indiana's going to come out. They're going to look to execute on a good play. Rick Carlisle's one of the best in the league at calling plays after the timeout.
Yeah.
So there's something you can look at. I think one of the other things I like in this quarter, though, Greg, is the Knicks. They haven't fallen in love with the 3 too much, okay? The 3-point shooting, again, hasn't been there for this game. 24%, terrible.
Right.
But they're getting it back up, 44% from the field. They've held the Pacers to shooting the same amount from the field. The Pacers have been better from downtown, but they're starting to be a little bit better, and they're getting a bit of an edge in the board. 17 for RJ, 6 of 12, 2 of 4 from downtown, 3 of 4 from the line. So RJ playing with a lot of confidence, man. A lot of confidence.
And I think this is, listen, I don't want to put any negative energy in the air, but this is definitely something to look at. Knicks have gotten back to this game with RJ spearheading the attack. You wonder if, what if the coaching staff starts to like make RJ a premier guy and not Randall anymore? Like, what if, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing that our friend and my podcast co-host Brian Fonseca has always been saying. He was saying in the next year to two, he could see RJ making the leap as being the number 1 on this team, and if he does, that's going to be huge for the Knicks' future in what he takes going forward. And it's like there's a reasonable way you can see that happening.
Yeah,
it's not like you can't see it happening.
Seeing a little bit of it this season. I know it's early, but RJ is flashing that potential that made him a number 3 overall pick. And in games where Randall hasn't played that well, you kind of see RJ kind of step up. So, and this is like one of those games right now. Randall can still turn around. You're still gonna need him to win these games. But
right
I think he's winning that battle.
My key is not. I thought it was good defense there. LeVert gets a foul. My key isn't really all the time about who's the number 1 and who's the number 2. I think with this team, it's just, especially with RJ's giving him confidence late with the ball in his hands to make plays, trusting him and developing. So if and when that time comes, he's able to do that. The Knicks, the last couple of plays, they turned the ball over. I believe it was an offensive foul, Mitchell Robinson, and then fouling Karis LeVert, where it looked like he just lost the ball. The lead is back up to 6. So 5:36 to go in the third quarter. Knicks had it down to 3, but you knew the Pacers are going to try to respond.
As long as they're in striking distance, we feel good about it.
Right now, still in striking distance at 6. Make it 7 after the free throw by LeVert.
Yep.
So still in striking distance.
73-66. 5:18 remaining in the third.
Randall just missed a tough one, but they got a smaller guy on him. I want to see Randall attack the rim more, not settle for the jumper and the fadeaway. LeVert almost lost the ball out of bounds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I've been asking for Randall to attack the basket more, and we kind of saw it. He just needs to – he's got to keep that same energy.
Yeah, but LeVert with another 3, Knicks down 10.
Yeah, back to 10 now.
Back to 10. Not what you wanted after your 7-0 run by the Pacers.
Yeah.
See, but like I said, it's going to happen. See, and Fournier was thinking too much there. He hit the 2, but I thought he should have took that 3. He got the shots. I'm not complaining, but you could tell missing some of the 3s earlier is starting to get into his head a little bit.
It's a tough shot by LeVert to make, too.
Oh.
I think that was kind of good.
Wow. The officiating in this game, I'm not even trying to be a homer. I don't know what that call was on LeVert. Tibbs is pissed. He's pissed. Because where's the foul? I'm looking at his replay again.
Good shot by Fournier.
RJ straight up. I don't know where that is. Are you ahead of me again?
Nah, I think you're ahead of me. That didn't look like that's not a call.
Well, ball don't lie. He missed the first free throw. Ball don't lie.
Rasheed Wallace.
Ball don't lie. He missed the first
I didn't look
free
at the
throw.
foul. I mean, he went straight up. Yeah, he was vertical. That was all vertical. I think they're just going off of the contact on it. Yeah, he kind of got him here, but
he missed both, and then it got tipped in by guess who? Your boy Torrey Craig.
Oh my
God!
You cannot miss to Torrey Craig.
Yeah, that's disheartening for the Knicks in that he misses both free throws. Randall and Noel go for the rebound and Torrey Craig comes in and gets the tip. Because he wasn't boxed out properly, but that's part of defense. You gotta box out, and Torrey Craig wasn't boxed out there to secure the rebound. I think this is important 4-14 for the Knicks right here. You get it to 3. Can you get this underneath again under 10? Barrett couldn't hit. He misses. Here comes Torrey Craig, open court against Kemba, and Kemba again forcing the charge.
That's like 2 times this quarter.
Yeah, Torrey Craig, get out of here.
Back to the bench.
Get out of here. That was great defense there by Kemba. Took 2 charges. That's huge. Those are winning plays.
Yeah.
Those are winning plays.
RJ missed the tip back. Oh, turnover. The Knicks are keeping their turnovers low in this game, which is pretty good too.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job of that. It's a pretty good job of that this season. But
it's really the 3-point battle. We're losing the 3-point battle pretty bad.
This is definitely their worst 3-point shooting game of the year. As the Knicks will pick up a turnover right here. It's definitely their worst 3-point shooting game of the year by far.
They're moving the rock. You got 20 assists, so that's good. And Derrick Rose. Yeah. And he gets blocked on the floater to the basket.
Barrett, stop, pop, nice, like that. Like I said, for these last 4 minutes to close this quarter is key.
Just get back
right now, especially with some of the bench guys in where the Knicks have been good. Knicks bench has been pretty good in this game. Can they continue the good play? That's it right there. And
Barrett's coming alive.
Okay. Stop there. Missed 3 by Torrey Craig. I like the ball on RJ's hand and making some decisions. There you go, RJ. Yeah. There you go.
Coming alive, man.
72-78. Okay, Knicks back down to 6. You're getting what you asked for. You said you wanted to see some RJ with the second unit. You're getting some of that right here.
We just We just talked about it.
Just talked about it.
Back of those lineups.
And look, it's Randall, RJ, Noel, and Burks and Rose on the floor right now for the Knicks, and they seem to be making a pretty good push.
Yeah, man.
Be a timeout here.
Spearheaded by RJ, 21 points.
Yeah, RJ's playing a very good, smart game. You can see how he's confident in his game, mid-range, deep, attacking, great finishes. You think they'd want to stop him going to the left. Nope, not able to do that with them there. But yeah, like what I see out of RJ Barrett,
Shooting
for sure.
50% from 3 and from the field.
Yeah. How y'all feeling, Knicks fans? Y'all feeling a little bit better? Knicks have got this close. We've seen it one time here. You think they're gonna come back and get this win? Sometimes I don't know, Greg. I think sometimes as fans we want to see it nice, smooth sailing, but other times it's nice when you see a little bit of adversity. You don't want them to get down early. You don't want to see these bad starts. But you see a little bit of adversity, and if they can come back, sometimes those wins are really satisfying. Especially if it's not always I always look at seasons as you got to learn how to win in different ways.
Yeah.
Everything isn't going to be the same. You're not just going to smack teams all the time early. You got to learn the adversity, because when this stuff comes in the postseason, you have to feel confident in different situations, and you only get that through learning through these regular season games.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's going to be the starters where everybody looks good. Sometimes it's going to be the bench. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might have a 6-man blow up for a game. So, these are all the different ways the Knicks going to have to win the games. And, the Knicks aren't – I saw, a headline in one of the papers. It said that they aren't good enough to take nights off. And that's a fact. We don't have Zach LaVine or a John Morant that you can just throw the ball to and give us 10 straight points. We have guys capable of doing it, but the odds of that happening are just not. You know what I mean? Just not something you can expect. For me, I think the Knicks are going to be winning games when everybody's contributing, and that's why they brought in Kemba and Fournier. The team's a lot deeper now. You know what I mean? The Knicks are going to be a team where they're going to win games by having all hands on deck and another lead by RJ. You know what I mean? So that's what I think, we should expect as fans going forward this year. We're going to need all hands on deck for the Knicks to win these games.
Yeah. I think their versatility, their depth, like you said, I think is a huge strength of the team. What you got to do is prepare for how that works in the, as you move forward and hopefully towards the postseason. You just want to get better each game. That's the goal. You just got to try to get better each and every game. You're not going to have it all figured out. So,
yeah, man,
you got to try to get better each and every game.
We're kind of seeing that shift. RJ has 21 points, Randall has 11. They're kind of running things through RJ right now. So hopefully Julius can, get involved at some point.
Yeah, I just think, the one thing we know with Julius that I don't worry, it's not about him having the high points. He can help in other ways. He rebound, he's getting assists. That's all that matters. One night, some guy's going to have it. Next night, somebody else might have it. And I think those guys are very capable of leading. Alec Burks with a nice finish. Could have been an and one, too. 74-78.
No call, right?
No call there. Yeah, no call. The refs, I think, have been inconsistent in this game. Again, I like more of the free-flowing game. I appreciate that. But
they're doing it. You know what I mean? They're just in calls now.
Yeah, there's some stuff at the rim where it's come on. Come on. What are we doing here? It's good defense here on this possession by the Knicks.
Yeah,
Torrey Craig. Shot clock violation.
It's Tom Thibodeau's going to lose it.
I hope not, man. The Knicks
and one. Tibbs is going to lose it.
The Knicks got a 24-second violation, so he's got to be happy about the defense there.
Oh yeah,
he's got to like that. But if he doesn't see his guys get calls at the rim, yeah, I could see him losing it. I could definitely see that. Knicks get a foul there. So Knicks right. I don't say right where you want, but they're right here in striking distance.
Right.
Okay, they're right here in striking distance. $1:44 to go.
Yep, that's what we asked for. Because we weren't really that. I'd say worried about the slow start because we know it's a game of runs, but Knicks are right back in it. You know what I mean? They kept chipping away each quarter. So
yeah, good teams don't give up. They stick with it. You're seeing that, and I think that's really important. Randall misses the first free throw there, but that's my one concern. When you're trying to come back, you got to hit these free throws. You
Yeah.
can't give up the free points. And, that could have put them in closest 2, which would have been the closest they've been all games since 0-0. But the Knicks, despite the poor three-point shooting, have been right in this game.
3-point lead.
3-point lead. And a lot of that comes to you can stay in the game if you play solid defense. The Pacers shooting 46 from the field. You rebound the ball. The Knicks have a 4 advantage there. And you hit free throws. That'll keep you in game. You don't turn the ball over, too. That'll keep you in games, even when you're not shooting the ball well. That's very key in basketball, keep you in games. Oh, look at that defense there by Alec Burks on T.J. McConnell. What a block there. Excellent defense coming over and helping. That shit out of here, T.J. McConnell.
In the act.
Yeah, that was good. That was excellent help defense by Alec Burks. Never gave up on the play. All right, 6 in the shot. Let's see what they do. Good defense again. Knicks getting out.
You see Derrick Rose getting the act.
Quickly.
That was a good shot. I'm not mad at that shot.
He had his man off balance. He couldn't get it going, though.
Not mad at that.
Quickly still trying to find it. Still trying to find that offense, man. Knicks had a chance to cut it to 1 there. T.J. McConnell, fan favorite. Nah.
Definitely somebody I would take on the Knicks.
McConnell?
100%.
He plays hard, man. He plays hard.
Favorite. He'd be a Garden favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's killed us in the past on some last-second shots. Always plays hard. Really quick. Feels like he's just a good player. He's a good basketball.
This is a point in games. Knicks just had 2 chances to cut it to 1 that kind of always frustrate me on a comeback. You had 2 chances there to cut it to 1.
That shit hurts you.
And yeah, you couldn't get it done. And it's a lot hangs in the balance here at the end of the quarters. We see LeVert hit a shot, right? You're able to go from either 1, but now it's a 5-point game, and they feel a little bit better. The fans are cheering there at Gamebridge Fieldhouse because, they feel a little bit of momentum. But the Knicks, they're still within. This is what I think we'd ask for. It's a 2-possession game, possibly heading into the 4th, depending on what happens here on this possession. Quickly with the ball, 5 on the shot, quickly working, going, quickly loses it. Not a good play there. Not a good possession there. The ball never moved at all whatsoever. It was a horrible possession. And then a foul. Did the Knicks have a foul to give?
I think they had a foul to give.
Foul on Obi Toppin. That ball never moved on the possession, stayed in Quickly's hands the entire time. And that's something Tom Thibodeau's not going to be happy about. Well, they did have the foul to give. You're right, Greg. So 2.1. Can the Knicks keep this as a 2-possession game? They win another quarter, headed into the 4th. Turner, buzzer, nope. So it'll be 5. 80-75. This feels like an old school Knicks-Pacers game in a way. The Knicks won the quarter again. They've won back-to-back quarters, 25-21 this time. This is what I said they had to do. And you're right there, Greg. You're right there here in the 4th with a shot. This is how you come back. You stick with it. Now's the time. This is it. Now's the time. You got to make this push. I think that what's imperative for the Knicks again is they got to come out strong again to start this quarter. They got to come out really strong here to start this quarter. No games, no playing. Got to come out and get it.
We're gonna need some timely threes too if we're gonna close this thing out.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna need.
They haven't shot the ball well from 3, but now they're gonna need the time. They're absolutely gonna need the time to do it. This is the time to get it done.
And this is like scary hours too because Sabonis only has like 7 points. You know what I mean? Like, and I can see him having like a big 4th. Turner actually has 17. That's like a quiet 17.
Well, yeah, he's quiet, but he had those couple of threes in the 3rd that were huge. That I think has pushed him his game up a notch. But this is the time now, Knicks fans. Let us know again how you are feeling about this. How you feeling about the Knicks in this contest? Will they be able to close it out on the road in Indianapolis?
Winnable game. Very winnable game. You know what I mean? It's not like Indiana has done anything that would like sway the the pendulum when it comes to like outcome. Like,
I think the difference in the game for Indiana right now is they shot the ball better from deep.
100%, yeah.
And I think that's a huge factor. The Knicks, they've been able to withstand that. Though I think if you're a Knicks fan, the positive is you've won the last 2 quarters. You're 4 of 17 from downtown, which has been your bread and butter. The Knicks actually haven't shot a lot of threes in this game. It seems like after not hit, which I kind of like. After seeing that it hasn't been working for them, they've been looking for more high percentage shots. The Knicks have been fine at the line 11 to 14. The Pacers only been to the line 6 times. I actually thought they'd been there more, but they have not. It's really the 12 for 33 from downtown. So like you said, if the Knicks get some timely threes here and they continue the defensive effort we saw in the second quarter, we saw in the third quarter, that could be the difference of the game. As long as they continue to take care of the ball. Both teams have. Only 8 turnovers for both teams. So this is, very well played game in that regard. Fouls, 16 for Indiana to 13 from the Knicks. So it's been a very well played game when you really think about it.
Definitely want to see some of our starters get to the line more. Randall, Walker, Barrett, get some free throws. Attack the bigs. Like, try to get, Turner in foul trouble. Because he has
that
fouls.
Yeah, and then the Knicks gave up another 3 to be
It's not good.
what's his another 3 to best, but I just mess up his name.
Goga?
Yeah.
Come on, see, that's what I'm saying. We cannot lose.
Batazde. Sorry, I was about to mess up his name again. My man Batazde. He hits a 3 to start the quarter. So Knicks down 8. Burks for 3. That's good.
Nice.
Knicks back into 5.
You can't trade here, man.
Can't trade baskets. Got to get stops. But like you said, you've been saying all game, Greg. The Pacers, the Empire. There's LeVert comes right back with another shot. Knicks down 7. It's 2-pointer. You said the Pacers, they're hungry for a win. They're hungry for a home win. So the Knicks have to keep that same energy, and they got to continue to move the ball. They got to continue to move the ball. Obi, fake to the lane, foul. Good aggressiveness by Obi there.
Exactly. Get to the basket, man.
Get to the basket, stop the clock, take points off the clock. Batazde, foul on him there. That was a good fake. They're respecting Obi taking the 3. Maybe that foul was actually on Sabonis. No, it was on Batazde. He got him across the arm.
Like seeing Obi making things happen, not just sitting there and giving the ball up. Like last season, a lot. It was his rookie year. There's a lot of times Obi get the ball on the perimeter and just give it right back up. Like, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. And I think that was him being tentative. Now you see when he attacks, he goes with more confidence to the basket.
Yeah. Because he can get there with ease, man. Yeah.
Obi hits 1 of 2.
That's not good. Oh, camping. That should be camping.
Yeah. Come on.
Seconds, man.
That should have been on Sabonis. I thought so too.
That should have been camping.
I think that's what Tibbs. You see Tibbs. Well, that's what he was saying to the ref as well too.
Yep.
That's what he should have done. Knicks can't. Another thing, this fourth quarter, pay attention. Knicks now 12 of 15, 12 of 16, excuse me, from the line. Can't afford to miss free throws.
Yeah, man.
Brogdon coming back in.
Especially when they're coming back from a deficit. Got to make every point count. And the reason why this is a very important game, even though it's what this is our
8th game of the season.
They got the Bucks on Friday, Cavaliers on Sunday, and then you got the Sixers. And you got the Bucks again. You got the Bucks twice. Next couple of days. So you want to win this game going into there, because this can easily turn into a 3-game losing streak. You know what I mean? Cavaliers aren't gonna lay down. Like they got some dogs over there.
Quickly with the runner. Okay, IQ. We see you. 4-point game.
There we go. That's what we want to see.
4-point game. Gotta keep things going.
Once they can tie the game, we're gonna be in a really good
position. Defense there by Derrick Rose. Excellent defense there. Knicks with a shot to get it under 4. Rose to the cup. He got it.
Nice.
Knicks down 2-9-46. They are cooking with grease. Right back in this contest. I love it. Love it.
Cooking with
All right, Nick. What'd you say?
Cooking with Crisco?
Yep, cooking with Crisco. Those out there. Cooking with some Crisco. I love it, man. Like, they've shown the effort steady. Like, you like to see this fight from the team. Even if they go down, they're showing that fight steady.
Yeah.
Just pushing on it, right? Again, if the Knicks are to win this game, I think one thing you'll look at and you'll feel good with the Knicks fans, like I said, lost the first quarter, got their ass handed to them. They're down 14.
Yep.
But you just got to win. You can't get it all back in one time. You can't get it all back jacking threes. They've done a good job attacking the paint these last 3 quarters. They're winning this quarter now 8-5. Still early, things can change.
Yep.
But we talk about striking this, and they're right there. They're a basket away. They have not led in this game. The Knicks are still trying to get their first lead of this game.
Right.
So
a lot of time left.
A lot of time left for things to go. It can still go bad. I'm not saying it can't go bad, but the Knicks are now shooting the ball better than the Pacers. The Pacers are shooting 45% from the field. Knicks shooting 46% from the field. So the Knicks have actually shot the ball better. They're right there. Again, I think the big difference is the three-point shooting that we've seen thus far. But the Knicks look like they're trying to turn this around. How you feeling, Knicks Nation? How you feeling, Knicks tape?
Oh, they're probably
sweating, but this Greg talked about the importance. It's a big game. This is a big game. Heading
No,
to Milwaukee Friday, playing the defending champs. This is a big game. You want to get this one.
And the Cavaliers aren't going to let down for nobody, man. Like, Colin Sexton is a bull.
They've been playing hard, man.
They're playing really well. Like, Lloyd Markkinen is like another Knick killer. Like, you know, they got some Jared Allen's there. Like, you got some players over there. You know, I know they're a bad team and all that, but they're going to come and play. And you know what? The Cavs are 4-4 on the season. So that's going to be a tougher game than we might realize.
Oh no! If you've watched the Cavs, they've been playing hard, and it's been amazing how they've been working it with the big lineups they have, all the forwards they have. They've actually been making it work. Evan Mobley's been good. I know he had a rough game the other night in Phoenix, but he's been really good. Lloyd Markkinen, who's out with COVID, that's kind of a big loss for him because he's actually been playing good basketball for them. So they got guys that could play, and they're playing hard. Like, they're going for wins. I mean, I remember I said this on the exchange, Greg.
Yeah.
Cavs, was it the over-under for them was 26.5. And I like them to get the over there. I said the Cavs are going to play hard. They're going to win some games this year. I think they're going to figure it out. I didn't see them as a playoff team, but I could see them winning 32 games. It wouldn't shock me. I thought that 26.5 number was way too low for them. So, you know, we'll see. It's early, but they're 4-4. They've been playing tough. Look, the East is better, man.
Yeah.
The East is better. Like, that's the thing we got to know as fans. Like, even a game like Indiana, it's no cakewalk.
Yeah.
This isn't a cakewalk, okay?
And it's still early enough in the season for, you know, a team like the Cavs that are young, that's, you know, kind of off to like a good start. They're going to have a lot of confidence going into any game they play now. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's not going to be a cakewalk for the Knicks.
It's not going to be a cakewalk at all, but the Knicks they can't let up here. Some good things, cut this down to 2. Got to stay with it. Corner 3 from McConnell, that's good.
Yes.
Big 3 for the Pacers there.
Can't do that.
McConnell knocks it down. A big 3.
How is that not a foul?
We'll see here. I'm looking here. I'm assuming Rose is gonna take it to the basket here. Got him on the pick and roll. Oh, he got robbed by Batazde. Finishes. So right, just like that, the Pacers are back up 7. And Tom Thibodeau, I think this is a very good timeout by Thibs right here. Yeah. You got to get the team refocused.
I told you, he's gonna lose it, man. Like
that. I'm looking at this again. Rose, that wasn't a foul. Rose just lost the ball off his body, and Batazde just happened to be there. So he was just, you know, right place, right time, and got it. So a little sloppy there with the ball. We talked about how the Knicks are taking care of the ball all night. So a little sloppy with back-to-back points.
Yeah.
And bim, it's now a 7-point lead. So
do you think it's time for Tibbs to put the starters back in?
You can give them another minute or 2. You can buy them another minute or 2. The bench has played pretty good. You want them fresh down the stretch. I might get RJ back in there a little bit sooner because of how good he's been with the second unit. I might get him back in there a little sooner. But you want your guys fresh last 7 minutes of this game for the stretch run. So I say buy them another minute or 2 before you bring the starters back in. You know,
and it was the bench that pretty much, you know, closed the gap.
Yeah, and I think you got to trust that the bench can get this back into a 3-4 point game again, and then have your starters take it from there. You got to trust that they did that. Starters played better in the third than they did in most of the other quarters, but I think you got to trust that they can get it done here again. So,
and even last season, like one of the Knicks' biggest strengths of the team was the bench. You know what I mean? Like, changed the pace. Sometimes had more energy than starters. So, you know, it's definitely a strength of the team.
Yeah. If you guys are watching, I see some people watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching with Backpack Broadcasting, give us a like on Facebook, give us a subscribe on YouTube. Continue to support all the content we do. Beside this, I host and Greg produces 3 times a week NBA digital show called the NBA Exchange. Check that out. Also, Ain't Hard to Tell podcast. We have a series called The Sports Walk. Great content created by Black people, produced by Black people, doing this content. Yeah, it's important that we support our own and put this out there. It doesn't matter who you are. You can support it too, but we need a lot of good stuff done by Black content creators. So we'll have fun doing this. KnicksWatch. We'll try to do this as much as we can, when we can, looking at some Knicks games, commentating with you. I'm keeping it calm. Next time you might see me eating some food, busting down some wings, doing something else. We just two guys chilling, watching the game. We might have some people come on, join and watch with us and talk a little bit too. We're just going to be talking about the Knicks games, just two fans talking Knicks games, giving you our perspective while you watch the game. Just a, alternative, something a little bit different than, what we see your traditional broadcast. Other options for people, that's always good. So Knicks right now. Yeah, go ahead.
No, because you always get to see, it's always the ties. You know what I mean? It's always the programmed, broadcast. So now you're getting to see some fans do it, which you don't get to see too much. So.
Yeah, you get to see that. And there's a lot of, other people out there doing good stuff during the Knicks stuff, pre and post game. Knicks Fans TV, Knicks Wall, shout out to them. They do great stuff as well too. So, always support those independent content creators.
Yeah, Knicks Film School, that's another one.
Turnover here by the Knicks. Rose out for the layup. All right, so Knicks turn the defense into the offense after a missed three-pointer by Alec Burks, 90-85.
There you go.
Brogdon gets in the paint again, but loses it. Wait, did they call a foul on that? Knicks, good hands there by Burks before, as the Knicks got the layup. So good defense. This is, I think, an important 2-minute stretch or so for the Knicks bench. Can they win these minutes? Brogdon did get the foul, was called this, so Brogdon will go to the line. He hits the first. Brogdon, a great free throw shooter, put the Pacers up 6. But Randall right back in now. So Randall in, Obi out.
They can't afford to keep trading baskets until it's because then it's going to get to a point where it's too late. You know what I mean? Like, you really can't trade. So they have to tie the game within the next minute or so.
92-85. They need two quick threes for that. That'll be interesting. Brogdon 13-6 on the night.
Yeah.
So Randall, the only starter in right now, along with Burks, Noel, quickly,
which is interesting
on here.
And
great. Burks didn't hit the shot, got fouled. Noel jammed in the follow. Foul was on Duarte.
Need these free throws.
Yeah, when you're coming back, gotta get that free lunch, man. Gotta hit those free throws. So Knicks looking to come back. You gotta hit those free throws. 92-85. 8 minutes exactly on the clock to go. Burks gets the first. When does Tom Thibodeau bring in back the other starters? Still got some bench guys with Randall on there. I think it seems like a good time to get RJ in there. Burks has played pretty good in some of his minutes from the end of the third until this fourth quarter. He hits 2, so okay. Game is back to a 5-point game. But what do you need, Greg? You know what you need? Stops. That's right. You need some stops.
Stops. Need hoops.
Another foul call on Brogdon. Brogdon able to get to the basket. He's killing us right now. It's interesting because they're doing this 1-5 pick and roll with Batazde, and I'm always sitting here like, well, damn, I understand you want to kind of help. I'd help on Brogdon. I'm making him pass that ball. I dare Batazde to beat me from outside. We know he can hit it, but I'll put my money in Batazde. RJ back in the game. Burks. Is it Burks coming out or quickly? Probably quickly.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're gonna keep Burks. Burks has played well. And he's another ball handler that's a little more versatile. Yeah, Burks stays in quickly out. So Rose, Burks, Barrett, Randall, Noel on the floor.
RJ gets fouled on I think that's a 3-point attempt.
Yep, RJ for 3. He is fouled. Definite bump to the body. Easy call.
Nice. That's nice. That's a nice call.
Yeah, but that also shows you someone like McConnell's got to respect the shot now. And that's the thing. Another point we've been making, though, when you get these free throws, stop the clock, 7:34 to go. 3 free throws for RJ.
Yep.
who's been a little bit shaky at times at the line. Not the way he was in his first year. He's gotten better, but he's
Right.
got to get these free throws to go. Gets the first to go.
All right, 2 or 3 from the line.
Misses the second. But those are points. Those are points that are big. These are the points you want when you're trying to come back. You almost have to be perfect when you're trying to get these comeback victories after being down by 14. The Knicks down 5. They've been as close as 2 in the second half.
The refs are definitely not helping them. Say that much. Knicks gonna have to make some shots here.
Knicks good defensive play. There's a bonus. Goes for it. No, can't get it. But Tazday, that's a foul. Knicks got a couple of blocks, unable to come up with the rebound. Pacers getting to the line a lot. Both teams getting to the line a lot, I guess, in this quarter.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm looking at this play again. You guys watching at home can see it. Look like good hands here. I'm surprised that wasn't a jump ball initially. That's
Yeah.
what's crazy. I don't know how that wasn't a jump ball.
Noel definitely had his hand on the ball there.
Yeah. They let that go really long, the refs did, before they called the jump ball. I guess that was not an act of shooting for Sabonis. On the ground. It was Brogdon. Burks is on Brogdon. Noel comes over to try to chat. Burks gets all the way. But Tazday, your boy for 3.
Yo, where
Sabonis, but there's a foul.
You said
Foul's on the. Who's the foul on here?
We've said his name way too many times. This is not good, man.
The foul looks like it was on Noel, so Sabonis fouled again. Looks like
this is not good. The Pacers are in the bonus.
They're in the bonus already. Yep. A lot of, as Clyde would say, a lot of hacking and whacking here already.
Yeah.
And that's tough because you got a missed shot by Batazde, who I said I dare him to beat you. But now Sabonis gets a couple free throws. Ball don't lie. Sabonis misses the first. Mitch Robb back in the game.
Yep.
For Nerlens Noel.
No Kemba.
You said Kemba Walker?
I guess he's just going with, the feel right now. Rose has pretty much had, a pretty good game going into the fourth, so he's going with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I make that Rose. Rose misses a floater in the lane. That's a foul. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that was the usual one. That's the usual for Rose. He usually gets that one. Doesn't get it there. See Randall here. Yep, Randall absolutely getting fouled. Did they not call it? Oh no, they did.
Yeah, you got to call that. Like, that's a foul.
Well, one of the things I like from both of these teams, you see Brogdon doing it. You see Randall and Rose both doing it here. Both teams attacking the paint. That's the thing. Both teams are going for it, and I like that. I like that both teams are attacking the paint. They're not settling here in the fourth quarter. That's good discipline on both teams, and we're seeing some tough basketball. They're gonna have to make some shots to win this game. Also, gonna have to make your free throws.
Yeah, and they're attacking the basket with two known shot blockers, sitting there waiting for him, and Turner and Mitch Robinson. So that's good too.
Turner back in the game. You got to watch him on those pick and pops from the outside.
Mitch has to sit there. He has to play straight up. He can't sag now.
Yeah. Randall, not a great shooting night, 5 of 13, 14 points, but he's got 11 boards. So Knicks down 4.
Oh, come on. You got to steal that. That's over the back.
Now I'm waiting to see because you're a little bit ahead of me.
That's over the back. You're going to see it.
Wow. This is a couple times where the Knicks have gotten that looked like over the back for sure. The Knicks have gotten, and it leads to a Turner dunk. But the Knicks have had their hands on balls that they just couldn't come up with the turnover for. That's been
rebounds.
They're not getting rebounds. It's kind of put them a little out of position, which has been tough. RJ attacked, no foul call there. He hits the deck, paces back the other way. Knicks got to be careful here. 3-pointer. That's good.
Yeah.
Knicks down 9. Turner's hit some timely threes in this second half. 6:02, though. Still plenty of time.
Yeah.
Knicks down 9. Turner's hit some big threes in this half. He had 2 in the third quarter, 1 here in the fourth. But good luck trailing You got to watch him, and that's the thing. You're right. Robinson hasn't been. It's different when you have to guard different kinds of centers. But Robinson's been sagging off. He's dropping deep. I think worrying about where Sabonis was going to go.
It's not like
And
Turner's gonna drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, just play
Yeah,
straight up.
straight up, yeah, he walks right into that three.
And he's
Walks
burning.
right into that three
He's
easily.
burning us right now. He has 22 points. So
Yeah,
it's not Sabonis who's killing us tonight. It's really Turner. It's leading the team.
disappointing. Very disappointing there. Very disappointing there. The defense on Turner, particularly in the second half, because he's got 3-3-pointers in the second half, so he's really hurt the Knicks.
Yeah, man, he's doing this damage. And I think, if things continue to go this way and the Knicks lose this game, that's probably where we're going to point to. It's going to be.
Well, the 3-point shooting has really been the difference here, and just the slow start. You put yourself in an uphill battle. The 3-point shooting,
Put yourself in a
they got
deficit.
the edge. The Knicks have gotten away. They haven't shot a lot. 5 of 19. That's kind of about 22 attempts, kind of around where they averaged last year. They haven't shot a lot of threes, which I said again. I like the recognition. Good teams recognize that. Hey, this isn't falling. We don't got to go to that. That's cool. But where I think they got to improve, they left some points on the line at the free throw line. 5 missed free throws, 78%. The Pacers have only missed 3. The Knicks have gone to the line more. They're 18 of 23 from the line. Meanwhile, the Pacers are only 9 of 12. Excuse me. So that's one thing you're going to look at. Turnovers is fine. If both teams have 9 turnovers, but I really feel like it's the 3-point shooting. They have 15 3-pointers to 5. The Knicks have 5 made 3-pointers. Like that's huge.
It's not a recipe.
Yeah. So it's huge. That's plus 30 and just 3 points off of 3-pointers. So the Knicks, what they're gonna have to do, they got to get stops. They're gonna have to
trade baskets.
Yeah, they can't trade baskets. You got to get stops, and that's gonna be the key. Right now, Knicks get another chance. They're unable to finish here.
Yeah.
And you can't afford empty possessions either. I think that's the other thing right now. You can't afford empty possessions. This is a big possession here for the Knicks to get a stop. Brogdon all the way, and he gets it. Knicks down.
102.
102-91, so 11. The Knicks, who just had this within 4, 7-0 run by the Pacers. Again, this is the problem when you're trying to come back. It's just difficult. You almost have to be perfect. And you can't afford missed free throws. You can't have turnovers. Right now, with under 5 minutes, you can't have empty possessions.
Yeah.
As simple as that. You can't have empty possessions at all whatsoever.
You got to be damn near flawless, and you need some timely shots, and the Knicks are just not getting it right now.
Yep, Knicks got a point there for Fournier goaltend on Turner. So good take there off the glass. Turner then hit it. Good call there by the refs. So Knicks, it wasn't a great offensive possession, but they're able to get some points out of it. But right now, again, you need stops. Stops is what's going to have to happen.
Turner's turning up, man.
Turner 3. Got it, man. You talked about Turner being the difference. He's killing them from outside. Turner turning up. Knicks in trouble right now.
105.
Double-digit deficit. Just above 4 minutes to play. Fournier looking, trying to cook. He can't get it. Fournier leaves it short. Yeah, Knicks in trouble right now. Giving up the 3 ball. They haven't hit any 3. I don't think Knicks have a 3 in this quarter at all whatsoever. They haven't hit a 3. So when you're giving up that many 3s and you're not able to hit 3s, it's hard to match it. And we talked about that being the difference in the game. LeVert dancing 3. Nope.
And then also
finally a foul on a rebound. Mitch gets fouled.
Also, you only got 4 points from Kemba, and I think for the Knicks to win these games, you can't be Alfred Payton. You can't give us Alfred Payton stats. We're gonna need Kemba to give us at least 15 points a game.
Yeah.
I think we're losing.
He hasn't been good tonight, and the Knicks haven't looked great in the games where he struggled. Even the first game of the season against Boston, he really didn't play that well. But his shot's just been bad tonight. He hasn't seemed to have the same explosiveness in terms of being able to finish, and some of that I think is affected by the fact his shot wasn't falling. So, yeah man.
Look at their most recent wins, against New Orleans and some of those other wins that they had recently, he's had good games. 19 points, 21, 19. I mean, that's what you're gonna need from Kemba. We don't need him to do a lot. We don't need him to be cardiac Kemba from Charlotte. You just need him to give us a nice 15 to 20 points a game.
Yep.
But Julius struggled too. You know what I mean? Like, he only has 14 points.
Yeah, but this, all this stuff is like this. This is what happens when you have slow starts. Like these are the byproducts of slow starts, and you're always climbing uphill. And I think unless you're able to get over the hill early and deliver that knockout blow to the team, the Pacers, they just haven't really felt uncomfortable. The Knicks have never been able to snatch the lead back in this game. And I think there was a time I talked about it at the end of the third quarter where the Knicks were within 4 and they just got it to 2 and they just couldn't. There was this one time possession where they were down 4, but they got stops on the Pacers and they couldn't score. And I thought that was very critical. We're looking on the MSG broadcast. They're showing Pacers 16-41 from downtown, Knicks 5-19. That's a big difference in this game.
Yeah.
3-point shooting is a big difference in the game, and Turner's killed them. The bigs have killed them from downtown.
And this too, like the Knicks haven't looked like comfortable on offense like the entire night. Like it hasn't been free flow as you've seen from like some of the wins. Like the offense just hasn't come easy tonight. I don't know if that's a byproduct of Indiana's defense or that's something internally the Knicks battling through.
Yeah, you gotta give Indiana's defense credit too. They've done a good job. They stifled the Knicks early in the first quarter. I thought the Knicks took some rushed 3-pointers, and I think that definitely affected them. Mitch Robinson goes 1 out of 2. Knicks also, I've said, they've left a lot of points in terms on the board with free throws. But Indiana did play good defense in the first quarter. Knicks had some rush shots, especially on the 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And, you got to give them credit there. And another nice finish there by Karis LeVert. Knicks now down 13 to the Pacers. This just feels like one of these games where like they're pushing, but you just never really felt like the Knicks at any time were just in complete control. Like you said, they never looked comfortable.
Yeah.
Kemba bricks another 3, and the Knicks right now losing this quarter 25-19 to the Pacers. You knew if they were going to win this game, they were going to have to really be strong in the last 3 quarters after going down 14 in the first.
Yeah.
So Knicks get a turnover here, though.
Big putback from Randall.
Yep. While there's still time, they got a good putback, like you said, there from Randall. Now you got to get stops. There's still time, but you got to get these are must stops.
These are crucial stretch right now.
Right.
2.5, a little over 2.5 to go. We gotta have to be flawless. And that's
you saw this good tie up here by the Knicks, and it looks like I thought that was close to they called a foul. I thought that was close to a backcourt. Yeah, you can tell the players are a little frustrated with the officiating. Even Mitchell Robinson there.
100%. Even inconsistent.
Tibbs is saying that's a bad call. He's right. Watch this again, guys. If you're watching the broadcast, RJ's in. This is an excellent trap there. Yeah. Look, hands are up. He goes in, hands on the ball. I can't believe they called a foul there. I don't know what Mitchell Robinson was supposed to do. I don't know what you're asking him to do there, but Karis LeVert will go to the line, which is what you don't want to do on the other end. Stop the clock, send them to the line, allow them to add points. Not what you want to happen.
13-point lead. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good right now. RJ back for 3. Miss. Yeah, I don't know, man. This might be it.
It's one and done. Karis LeVert also has killed the Knicks tonight. Not good, but Pacers hit the threes. Knicks couldn't hit their threes at all whatsoever. And you got to give the Pacers credit. They came out and played tough. They set the tone from the start. So you got to give them credit.
Even when the Knicks kind of mounted those small comebacks, or when they came within 2, you still kind of felt like the Pacers are they're in control. They didn't feel like worried about losing that lead or padding their lead. Like they've just been in control the entire game. 111-96, 143 to go. Yeah, I think it's safe to say the Pacers got this one.
Yeah, even the Knicks, they couldn't come up with any loose balls. Just nothing bouncing their way.
They couldn't even get any rebounds. You know what I mean? Like just Even when you had a good defensive possession, you just couldn't get that rebound.
Nope. Not a good start to this week if you're the Knicks. We talked about Milwaukee on Friday. Not a great start at all whatsoever.
That's why that Raptors loss you know what I mean? Like you gotta take care of teams when you know you haven't beat. You know what I mean? That Raptors win should have been that should have been a win. You know what I mean? Knicks should be 6-3 right now. Now we're gonna be 5-3.
And now you can't come out with that kind of energy that you did today on the road. I understand some Knicks fans are going to sit here and listen to us or watching us and say, "Oh, well, some of the officiating was that terrible in this game and stuff." And I thought there was some suspect call, but the Knicks have got more free throws. They've gotten to the line more than the Pacers in this game.
They haven't made any threes.
25-14. They got to the line more. They've taken care of the ball. Pretty much 10 turnovers. The Pacers have 10 as well. This has been a pretty well played game in that regard. They just didn't hit their threes. And sometimes shots don't fall. And they had a chance. Let's not. This team had a chance. They were at one point entering the fourth down 4 points. You have a chance, and they just didn't get it done in the fourth quarter. The Pacers outscored them 31-21 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And that's it. So it goes from a 4-point game to now it's a 14-point game. As simple as that.
Knicks just have to keep winning their quarters. They're not winning this quarter. They won in the third, and they're getting killed in the fourth, 31-22. So
the quarters they lost -14, and now they're -10 in this quarter, right? That's -9, excuse me, in this quarter. So that's huge. And then they've only won quarters by 5 and 4 points respectively.
Right.
So in the opening quarters and the closing time, the Pacers did what they were supposed to do. And sometimes that's just it. You either are executing or you're not. In closing time or to start the game. Knicks forced a turnover here just under a minute. They haven't been able to get this done all game, and they just still can't hit another three. And that's the game. As Randall gets stripped, that's a game. Even when the Knicks forced turnovers, they could not get a three at all whatsoever. Just couldn't hit a three. And look, the Pacers just played a better game. They hit better shots. The Knicks did other things in this game. There were aspects of this game that were pretty good, but they didn't make threes. It really comes down. It really comes down to that.
Yeah, it just boils down to that. It's not like the Knicks weren't playing defense or they came out. I mean, they did come out flat. But they made a push. They got it to they got it to within 2. So it looked like they had a chance, but it just couldn't execute down the stretch. I mean, they couldn't get the rebounds. They were missing a lot of shots, some turnovers, and Indiana has pretty much just been even kill, to end the game. So
yeah,
we're gonna go to 5-3.
Knicks will go to 5-3, disappointing after a 5-1 start. Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks will have a lot of things to work on, and they will have a tough assignment playing the defending champs who are 4-4 in Milwaukee on Friday. So
they're struggling a little bit too.
Yeah, they're struggling. They've dealt with some injuries and things like that. But the Knicks, they just came off a 3-game winning streak. Now they've lost 2 in a row. You don't want to go to a 3-game losing streak. So, this is tough. And this is what, to your point, Greg, when you lose games at home, that makes it real tough, man. When you lose those home games, that makes things tough. You don't want to put yourself in that position when you're losing those games, especially, at home. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
I know some fans are probably ringing the alarm, but I feel pretty good. I mean, it's not like honestly, I think the only thing we could chalk this game up to is just, they just didn't hit their threes. It's not like the Knicks are going to be on it. It's not like they're going to be on every night. You know what I'm saying? We know what the strength of the team is. You know how they look when everything's clicking on all cylinders. They just didn't have it tonight. The bad thing is, it's not like the road is going to get easier. That's really what it is. It's you had 2 winnable games this week against the Raptors and the Pacers. Drop both of them, and now you're going into a game that I guarantee the Knicks are not winning that game. I mean, I know I shouldn't say that as a fan, but this is the defending champs. You know what I mean? Giannis is there. And the Bucks are playing at home, right?
Yeah, it's in Milwaukee. Yeah.
Then the Knicks are not winning that game. You know what I mean? I'll be
I
shocked.
think I think a lot of it has to do with how they come out, and they got to come out inspired. You can't come out how you did tonight. You just got to come out with the right energy and give yourself a chance. And at least we'll give them credit. In the second and third quarter, they fought and they fought hard. But when you put yourself in that big of a hole and you're not able to get over the hump, I think it takes a toll on you. But you can't come out like that on the road. And I'm sure that's what you'll hear from Tom Thibodeau in the post game conference. But
Yeah.
you know what I got to do? The Knicks didn't fill my appetite tonight. They did
Yeah.
not give us the win that we needed. They didn't feed our soul in that way. But, I got to go feed my belly. I got to go do that.
Do
What'd
you
you say?
think? Here's a question. Do you think Julius Randle's in a rut right now over the past couple games?
I don't think so. I just think he's doing things. I think he's got more options. I've been fine with how he plays. Even when he hasn't shot the ball well, I think he's been fine in getting others involved, getting rebounds. I don't think he's in a rut. I just think his game looks bad when everybody else isn't hitting shots around him like we saw today. I don't think he's in a rut. I think he's fine. I didn't expect him to put up the numbers that he did last year again this year. I just think he's fine. I just think everybody's got to get clicking again. And this stuff happens in seasons, this stuff happens. Like I don't think anybody's figured anything out. He's looked good at portions and then he hasn't. But when others aren't helping and we got to dump it in or lie to him too much in offense, that's when I think we're in a bad shape. But the positive of this is RJ played good again. That's one positive take out this game.
Yeah. 8 of 20 from the field, 23 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, another positive is, you got Noel back. And Noel looks solid in the minutes. I know it's nothing great. 2 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, had a block.
+2.
He's +2. He was fine in the minutes he played. Mitchell Robinson was only 3 and 6. He did have 3 blocks. We thought he had some defensive lapses in this game, especially on Turner. I definitely agree with that. But you got to get more than you did out of the point guard position. Kemba 2-11. That's not going to get it done. Rose played pretty well off the bench. I thought Rose played well off the bench. I thought Alec Burks played good off the bench. Toppin was solid. Quickly was probably one of his better games. 2 of 5, 4 points that he had this season. But you got to get more out of Walker. You probably could even argue you got to get more out of Fournier in this. Yeah, so RJ was the best player tonight, even though he was 8 of 20.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good, but the Knicks just didn't hit threes, and it simply comes down to that. And it's night 21. You shoot 21% from downtown, and the other team shoots 40%.
You're gonna win most games.
Most nights when everything's even, you're not gonna win that game. That's just it. You're just not gonna win that game. So
24 from 3, 36 of 87 from the field. Free throw line, they missed a lot of points there too. 21 and 27.
Yeah, but even if you say, even if they miss only 3 free throws, that 3-point disparity, even if they went, 24-27, it's still that 3-point disparity is what killed them tonight. That's what put them behind it. It's huge. They got 48 points from downtown, and you only wind up getting 15.
Yeah.
That's huge. So that's really huge, even when you did other things well. At one point, the Knicks even had come back in the game, and they were shooting a better percentage than the Pacers. So their defense did their job at the time, but yeah, you can't be it can't be 48-15 in the 3-point advantage. In today's NBA, you ain't gonna win the game most times with that. It's just not gonna happen. Just it's just really that simple. It's nothing more than that. So hopefully on Friday, the Knicks shoot the ball better. They look a little bit better and they come out early. They're not sleepwalking through the first quarter, hopefully. But thank you for joining us on the Backpack Broadcasting Knicks Watch. Hopefully we have another game for you next week. And, Knicks win. Hopefully we're not like bad luck like Robert Randolph in the Friday Night Knicks. Remember that was bad? Knicks just lost all the time on Friday nights. Yeah, I mean, it probably had nothing to do with Robert Randolph, but you get my point.
I did not like that. I did not like that at all.
All right, but next, we'll let you know. Stay tuned. We'll promote this a little better. We'll let you guys know when the next Knicks Watch is going to be.
Yep.
I'm Dexter Henry Gregory Alcala, and you'll see us on NBA Exchange on Friday. Another live edition at 11 o'clock. We'll have that for you. So we'll let you know. Thanks for joining us on the Knicks Watch. Support us. Bing bong, Knicks tape, whatever you say. Keep all that energy. One love. Peace, y'all.
All right, y'all.